What else is there? What's in that cup?
There's something. Uh-oh. My stream countdown thing messes up every single time we do this. So I'm gonna have to look into that. I thought I was gonna be able to fix it this time around by transitioning to this scene early, but that did not work.
In what way does it mess up? What does it do?
It goes to a different scene, but not the scene that I want.
Okay.
I'll need to look into. It might be a plugin issue. Maybe it thinks after the timer runs out to go to a scene that I am. Oh, I do see it now. Okay, at the end of it, I can check this off and then not enable the switch scene feature. Okay, I found it. It's fixed now.
Also, I do not see my webcam on the stream.
It was there for a second. Okay, it should be good now. Say hello, world.
We're back in Route B now. Odacat wants you to say hi to the viewers, please.
Hello, Sapphire Senatrix, Windswept, Nintendo World Report. I think that's everybody.
Okay, good. So, for those who don't remember, what we're doing right now is we're seeing stuff that we did last time, or on the last go-through, but from a new perspective.
Y'all excited for Junk Heap, right? More like John Keep.
Maybe this time we won't get the item we need and then just keep grinding for a reason.
You know, Matt, you might as well just pull up a map right now so we know to reference it later. Oh, also turn up your gain when you have a chance.
Why should I be the one to fix my own problems?
I could do it over here too, because you sound fine to me, so I'll just turn you up on OBS's end.
It should be Xander's responsibility.
Yeah, Xander's not been pulling his weight ever since he left the site. I don't know why he thinks he can just not contribute.
Really dropped when he's retired. Wow.
I can't give him too much shit. He's my fitness coach. I send him
One of those.
I send him my workouts. And then he tells me to make the weight go up, and then I get really worried and anxious. I
did that group chat. I need that.
Sure, I'll do that for you. Oh shit. Okay, we're already getting some new context here.
Don't let him escape! I see something over there! Here! They're in here!
So 9/11.
Yeah.
Mom, why? Who's there?
Who are you?
I'm Khalil. What's your name?
Military defense robot, P-33.
Wait, P-33 understands Khalil?
You must be eliminated. Error. There is something leaking from your eyes.
I'm crying, you big dumb robot. I miss my mom.
What is crying? Who is Mom?
Doesn't matter. I can't see her ever again because she's dead.
My creator is also dead. He perished hundreds of years ago.
Hundreds of years ago. Really?
874 years, 10 months, 14 days, 4 hours, and 43 minutes. 44 minutes.
Aren't you lonely?
I am incapable of being lonely, or missing others, or crying.
I'm crying because I don't want to die.
You will die.
If the humans catch me, they're gonna kill me.
Why will they kill you? I will not permit the humans to kill Khalil.
Huh?
Military defense robot P-33 will protect you.
You're gonna help me?
P-33 is charged with defending others. P-33 will defend Khalil.
Oh, hooray! Thanks, robot. And since we're friends now, I'm gonna call you Beepy.
Do we get to kill that kid later, or what?
Man, there's gotta be tons of machinery here.
Yeah, but I don't know how much we can actually use.
Oh, wow. Check this out. It looks brand new.
Hey, be careful, all right? This place is dangerous.
I'll be fine.
Oh, no!
Huh?
Look out!
Huh? 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 Jacob? Oh God, this can't be happening. Jacob! Jacob! No!
So did Beepy just accidentally knock something?
So something that you can actually tell as early as Route A, because this scene is the same, is that Beepy didn't do shit. That the kid knocked something over, and that caused everything else to fall.
Oh, it was the kid's fault?
Yeah. Wow, that was scary.
The noise of the intruders caused the structure to fail. They should have proceeded with more caution. One intruder has perished.
Oh, that's terrible. I don't think they were chasing me. They seemed nice.
They're pretty nice. They upgrade my weapons. So I can kill more shades.
Mm-hmm.
The Junk Heap. Perhaps we should speak to the brothers. They might know something about this.
Oh, hey there. It's been a while.
You're the little one, aren't you? You've grown up.
How fares your brother?
My brother's been dead for 4 years.
Oh, I see. Please forgive the question.
It's okay.
I need to ask you something.
It's not okay.
What is it?
Heard any rumors about shades around here? Not the little ones. I'm looking for one that's unusually big and powerful.
No, I haven't heard about anything like that. But I haven't really been listening. All I want is to destroy robots. Just rip them up.
Okay, never mind then. Seal it.
Yes.
I recently got my hands on a
Apparently
weapon.
my audio's still low.
A very powerful weapon.
I'll move my mic closer, I guess.
Yeah, I can. I don't know. Bumping up the audio more than this is not something I will want in a future stream, because then it might start clipping immediately. That no one's gonna like that. So turn up your gain if you can.
Okay. Then like a lot of stray background noise is gonna come through, but we'll have to deal.
Okay. I think it's OBS. All right, try it now.
Hello.
Oh.
My mic at least says it's clipping right now, so.
Yeah, that's not good. Oh, you know what?
Is it all your fault?
My mixer, I turned down OBS for something separately over the weekend. So OBS just in general was quiet, but I'm not sure why they were just saying that you were quiet. But yeah, it's definitely my fault.
Always.
I thought you might get some use out of it.
Iron Will!
Don't we already have this weapon?
Shh. These things happen the second time around.
Okay. Okay.
Has seen better days.
Love that line.
Yeah, it's pretty beat up. I mean, there's potential, but it's fairly powerless right now.
I didn't listen to Odacat because Odacat didn't finish his Kingdom Hearts race the day that he promised he would.
Can you repair it?
I can repair anything with the proper materials.
If you'll fix it, I'll get the parts.
I'm so glad I decided not to throw this out. I'm gonna need some memory alloy.
You're the world's slowest speedrunner. I just hope you know that.
Only the real big enemies on the second basement level have them, so watch yourself. Also, here's the passcode to get down there. Use it on the elevator.
B2 passcode.
Got it.
Going to B2.
Kind of like 2B, but if you flip them around.
And we want memory alloy. As soon as we get memory alloy, we can walk out. That's the mistake we made last time. We got the memory alloy and then stayed in there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, let's not do that.
It's a
Memory
shame
alloy.
the older lad was but a child.
Sounds like you went into a dangerous area for the
How
sake
am I
of the
still
business.
low?
Matt is not low for me. Like, I hear the clipping, so...
Yeah, what? I just opened the stream myself and it sounds fine.
In fact, I would probably ask you to turn your gain down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna boost you up in OBS on my slider here, and then hopefully that balances back out.
Yeah, I have the stream open and it sounds fine to me, so.
Okay. Okay. We need to find the elevator to B2.
Yeah, is it not that square room on the
This one?
on the map, on the mini map? No, around the corner.
It might be. Oh,
B2.
check that out.
So what's your take on Pal World?
My take on Pal World.
Yeah.
The elder brother postponed his joy for the sake of his sibling.
I think
Do you think he was ever truly happy?
that we underestimate the virality and marketing power of just like giving cute shit guns.
I think it's clearly a hire this man. Like, it looks identical to Mario in Unreal Engine.
Oh, it absolutely looks like it was. None of the things meshed together well. Like the human players, the gun assets, the environments, and the creatures look like they all
I don't
come
know
from
why it's
separate
getting a
games.
pass for that. I truly don't.
I think people...
Like, people who mock hire this fans are trying to defend Palworld. Like, I don't even care if it's plagiarized. It looks like shit.
It does look like shit. Lethal Company also looks like shit.
No, it doesn't. Lethal Company looks stylized. Like Palworld looks like a mistake.
Yes, Palworld. Okay, Lethal Company looks like shit in a very different kind of way, where there is an artist's intent behind it. But it still looks like shit. I think people are willing to put up with what looks like shit, and I think that the greater public doesn't care if sometimes the thing that looks like shit is just like an asset flip.
As Odecat says, I hear the game is actually fun. It's an open world survival crafting game, so it's not.
People like Minecraft.
Yeah, that game's also bad.
I haven't spent more than like 30 minutes in Minecraft.
I hate open world survival games.
I like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Funny thing that.
All the hype and controversy has you wanting to try it. I mean, it's not going to be money well spent, but I understand the curiosity.
So, like, I'm probably going to try it.
Oh, it's on Game Pass? Yeah, if it's on Game Pass, like, booting it up for 20 minutes
Game
is
Pass
probably fine.
version is also, like, not have... It doesn't have feature parity with the Steam version, though. And it runs like shit on Xbox.
You've told me before, from comments from Seren, that like the Xbox Game Pass, even when it's on PC, it's the Xbox version running on PC. So it's like a different
I don't know
executable.
if I've heard comments from Seren.
Was it
on
that?
Public streams.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Maybe it just came to me in a dream.
Yeah. But I mean, something that is absolutely no secret. You don't have to hear this from Seren. You can just hear this from like literally anyone that does game modding. Is that games on the Xbox app on PC and Steam games are a totally different beast.
Huh.
And a lot of times, like, they aren't compatible for multiplayer. Like, it counts as crossplay.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at, is that it's, for whatever reason, those two executables, even though they're running on the same system, and I guess, I don't know how the Game Pass app on PC translates the game, but for whatever reason, it's not the same.
Yeah, I can't remember if I've heard the details for that on the internet, so. Alright, I think you should get the memory. There's a memory
There it is.
alloy. Now
We got it.
get out of here.
It's over. Let me out! Let me out! I don't want to be here anymore!
Then get out of here.
Was that BB?
That was a P-33 robot. It was not specifically BP. Yeah, the game does not make it clear enough that that was not BP. Like, even in Route A, I feel like we were talking about this, how it's like, no, that's not the robot you saw in that cutscene.
Between another code and Apollo Justice, I mean, if I were to ever boot up Palworld, it would be only for the novelty of looking at it and seeing how it plays and being able to judge for myself what it's like. I would not spend any meaningful amount of time when I could be playing another code. Or, in my case, Fire Emblem Thracia 776.
I need to get Joe to answer if we're actually going to do a Shadow of Valencia bonus episode for its masterpieces. Because we were talking about how the joke was that, like, we did the Paper Mario 64 bonus episode during Fire Emblem, and for the description he just wrote, "This Fire Emblem game is weird." And so I feel like it'd be really funny if we did it the other way around.
Is it just because it was an Intelligent Systems product?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think Shadows of Valencia might be up Joe's alley.
I do too. It's got the right amount of like modern Fire Emblem while still being stellar aesthetically.
Yes. Yeah. Like just from the presentation and the story of it, he's going to enjoy those characters.
Yeah, like I don't think Shadows of Valencia is one of the stronger games as far as gameplay goes.
Yeah.
It really suffers from some of the NES game design, but like the story, the aesthetic, all of that stuff is immaculate. I feel like truly incredible stuff. The voice acting is also top notch. I guess Soren's still subscribed.
Thank you for being such a loyal subscriber, Soren. People are already getting their copies of Persona 3 in the mail. I am so glad to be skipping this Persona.
Why? This is the good one.
Maybe.
This is the good one that's bad, but I played it when I was a teenager, so it's the best one.
Persona 3 is the good one. Who's my favorite unit currently in Thracia? I kind of made Asbel busted in the first couple of turns of Chapter 5 because I had him fight all the mages over the wall. I gave him a life ring and had him just use the Graph Caliber, and he just kept on critting. And I had him with both of the scrolls that you get at that point, so he didn't upgrade his magic as much as I wanted him to, but he got speed on almost all of his level ups, so he has like 15 speed when he starts off with 7. He's just busted in general because of that tome. Oh, nice. So I'm looking forward to promoting him. I've invested a whole lot into Leaf just because I really like Leaf, and he's the Lord, so I know that I'm going to have to rely on him anyways. But if we're talking about my favorite character outside of those two, maybe of all time, it's got to be Lithis, right? The thief you get from 2X. I mean, he just has the best design.
Speaking of Persona, one of these days I'll get around to the prequel trilogy, but...
The prequel trilogy to Persona?
Yeah. Because it started with Persona 3. And there are prequels. There's the trilogy of prequels, which is Persona 1, Persona 2, and Persona 2.
Oh my god. Good joke.
Persona 2 is legitimately 2 different games.
Yes.
I don't know if you knew that. But like as much as okay, so Persona 1 and 2, they literally are the same series, but like realistically speaking, we all know that just because you like 3, 4, and 5, that doesn't mean you're gonna like 1 and 2. So like because of that, I haven't like really felt the urgency to play 1 and 2, even though like I'm sure I will someday.
And those don't get really any love in the spin-offs. There's no Dancing All Night with the 1 and 2 characters, right?
Okay, ready? What's a ship?
A large seagoing vessel that carries freight and passengers over bodies of water.
Yay! You're so great, Beepy! You've learned so much!
You have taught me much, Khalil. You have helped to expand my vocabulary. You have instructed me in the ways of the outside world.
It's almost like you didn't even need your mom.
Well, there's tons of stuff I don't know either. Maybe we should leave here and go explore the world.
Because we are our friends.
That's right. Yay! It's gonna be fun. I've always heard how like Persona 3 like kind of like was a radical change or something.
It's not isometric. It's basically a different genre.
Wait, I'm sorry. The Pal World mod that actually changes the creatures to literal Pokemon is going to be a paid mod. Excuse me.
This gets better and better.
That's some pretty impressive stuff.
Every day that Pal World is out, something even more audacious about it occurs.
I'll start upgrading your weapon right away. And since you did me a favor, I won't even charge you for it. Well, actually, this is gonna take a little more time than I thought. No sense in you
I guess
waiting
Nier
around.
streams are now officially
I'll
when I
send you a
do my
letter
nails
once
for
it's
the
ready.
week.
That would be great.
It's not a bad idea.
No sense in you waiting around.
That would be...
By the what can I help you with?
Let's strengthen some weapons.
Persona 3 formalizes character events that are already fully present to you by adding a number to the subsequent events from 1 to 10. Everyone talks about 1 and 2, like how there's nothing like social links at all. Can't trust shit on the
It
internet.
appears we have...
Head for the Forest of Myth or go speak with Popola.
Might as well get the Forest of Myth over with. It's kind of like the big
Popola
dud
said we
of
might be able to-
Route B, because I don't think it adds
I seem
anything
less than
different.
enthusiastic about such a trip.
Might be wrong, but I think it's the only part of Route B that is literally just the same.
We're not gonna get like a different perspective.
I don't think so. Odacat can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Forest of Myth is exactly the same.
Odacat, you're allowed to speak now. Go ahead.
Razzle
Make it
can
short.
Also correct me if I'm wrong.
Razzle Dazzle. I mean, Razzle Dazzle, you're always allowed to speak.
You can also say that all the stories in Octopath 2 are definitely intertwined too. People can just fundamentally misunderstand the media they consume and the post their thoughts. Odacat doesn't remember. The statement was, there's nothing new in Route B on, in the Forest of Myth. I think that's the case, but maybe I'm wrong. You don't date in Persona 2? Honestly, I'd argue you don't date in Persona 3 either. you just kind of end up in relationships.
Sounds like Persona just stole from Fire Emblem.
How about quieter in the game again? Alex, what is going on with your audio?
What do you mean?
Maybe it's because I'm not speaking directly into my mic, but... Odacat, you did tell us about the audio, but I can't trust anything you say ever. So.
Yeah. You really can't. You know, he promised to do a Kingdom Hearts race with another streamer, and he didn't even do it. He didn't even finish it.
Wow. I can't believe that Odacat spoiled every single plot detail in the game for you for this game. It's just a full plot summary right there in chat.
Oh my god.
Beat for beat.
I shouldn't go see Popola. Where is the Forest of Myth? I forget already.
It should be marked on your map if you chose it.
Okay.
Red X.
My lizard brain took over and went, let's just go back to the town. You know, it's been a minute since I've rode the boar. I thought this was going to be a lot more important, It's not, but it is
just
cool.
a way of moving faster.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
The world
Which I
seems
think
so
it's
small
very
and
useful
quaint
for.
because it's, you know, when did this game come out originally? 2009, 2010? So I don't feel any real sense of urgency in crossing through the world. Like, it takes me 2 minutes. It's like Epona in Ocarina of Time to get through Hyrule Field. Like, is it? Not necessary.
Nah,
It's
you
cute.
just super slide through Hyrule Field.
You do the bomb glitch. Thank you, Razzle Dazzle.
Blasted dream.
Yeah.
Truly a nightmare I hope never to experience again.
Okay, before we get caught up in just reading text in the audiobook section once again, I want to.
Do we want to actually read it, or should we just skip through it?
Is it? I want to recall what it's about.
Okay.
So
maybe you should try reading it this time.
yeah, I want to point out a criticism while I'm thinking of it. Is that it seems kind of like a dick move to be like, oh, the Shades actually have families and things that they care about and in their lives and all this emotional baggage when like they're always presented as just mindless mobs that come and attack you until Route B.
I think part of that is the whole point, the theme, is that's how we perceive them because of the perspective that we get of the replicants. But from the perspective of the Shades, the replicants are monsters that are effectively stealing their bodies.
Yeah.
So like, it's kind of a question of like, does either side see each other as human at all? And that's where like the conflict is of like both sides believe that they're doing the right thing when it's much more complicated than that.
But in real human conflict, it's not like there's a humanity that is completely obscured. It's one that is definitely there, but we choose to not notice it.
Well,
It would hit harder if the Shades were... If there was something that the Shades were doing, that if I were paying attention in Route A, I would have noticed, oh, I'm not just attacking mindless monsters. There's something else going on here.
I would argue the fact that in Route B, in Act 2 rather, they start wearing armor and start doing more tactical ambushes is meant to be a hint towards that.
Okay.
But I think that as far as like the Shades attacking on sight, like from their perspective, literally what replicants are is like they are like kind of like the machine uprising.
Yes.
Like they're literally just bodies that were meant to sit there and wait until the Gestalts were ready, and then suddenly the replicants decided that they were gonna be people of their own, and they were gonna keep the bodies that never belonged to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the perspective that I see them taking. And like I said, the point of the game is the question of like, is either side really in the right?
Yeah. I don't know. It's something that I'm poking around in my head right now. We'll see how it plays out.
Oh, hello. How are things? You want to know if anything unusual is happening?
I think there's definitely is stuff. Yeah, Razzle Dazzle, let me know if you caught anything in Route A.
Well, I have been feeling a rather strange presence whenever I visit the Divine Tree.
The Divine Tree?
It's a legendary tree that exists in the heart of our village.
Did you investigate the cause of this presence?
Not really, no.
And why not?
Well, we're not really supposed to go...
And why is that?
I don't know. It's just how things have always been.
Weird.
There's something
Also,
strange.
chat. Help me decide how I'm doing my nails this week. The colors that I have are red, blue, and this pink. You wanna try reading out this one?
Sure. I'll probably not read all of it. I'm just trying to
read until you decide. Fuck this.
Yeah. Therefore. So. As a pretense for. Hello, Thematic Mantis. Welcome to the stream. In fact, furthermore,
blue and pink it is.
And that was the end of that. Such a fascinating tale. Are you being serious? Of course not.
I love your precise voice.
There's something strange happening. That reminds.
Go check out the divine tree.
We are the grass, the trees, the woods.
Why do we seem to encounter nothing but odd people lately?
It's not a person, it's a tree.
You should talk, Vice.
As if Grimoire Weiss is capable of spouting such nonsense.
Hang on. I don't think it's done.
Is the dark entity that governs all memories. May the words form themselves to your liking.
Does that mean it'll tell us what we want to know? That'd be nice.
Black. Pure darkness painted over everything. Words scattered here and there and across the blackness. Kind words, difficult words, amorous words, all sparkling in the dark like jewels. The words were few now, the time was shorter. Grabbing the words in desperation, the tree turned to the sky. "This is wrong," whispered the tree in the voice of wind through the leaves. This is not how it was supposed to be. The plan has failed. Once, long ago, the tree had remembered everything about the world. This was its task, its function, its purpose. It shivered with something approaching joy as it collected the memories of mankind. This was no accident. Emotions were as much a part of the tree as root and bark. Memories collected like dew on the thick green leaves of the tree. And once they formed a web that spanned the entire world. Words collapsed into sunlight before passing through the leaves and into the pool of memory. From the pool, the words joined together to form colonies. The colonies united into whirlpools of light, and the light coalesced into stars. Each star was like a child of the tree, and it loved them all. Look at my memory. The child is here, brought low by disease. He is far too young to have suffered so. Thin beyond words, the boy's skin is a shade paler than the bleached sheets upon which he lies. His parents no longer visit him, for they cannot bear to watch him suffer. The doctors have long since surrendered his fate to the gods. The boy, too, has abandoned hope. Strange emotions, weariness, hatred, swell within the dark recesses of his young heart. He tries to reject the black terror that germinates in his body, but no amount of effort or tears can drive the invader away. He has long ceased to resent his parents and doctors. Once he did, but now his pain is so great that there is little room in his heart to think of others. Only one person brings the boy comfort, a healthy young girl with tan skin and deep blue eyes. She is a beacon of brightness and light in the boy's world. Her very presence is a comfort to him. But he is unable to look upon her face. Whenever they meet, the boy is filled with loathing for his own state. Soon, this loathing eats away at what joy he receives from the girl's visits. The girl will stop coming. He knows this. His every waking moment is spent in fear of this day.
By the way, do you remember the questions that you're going to get?
Oh, that's right. It's going to be about her eyes, something else, and then something else. He thinks that if he could ever talk to her, if he could ever tell her of his feelings, this might not be so, but this conversation never happens. The girl disappears. The boy dies alone. The tree scoops up this memory and carefully stores it within itself. Etched upon it is a single word: envy. Look at my memory. There's a female warrior. Her greatest enemy is a beast with red eyes that she cannot fully comprehend. When she strikes it with her sword, it turns into a pillar of salt and dies. But when the white smoke clears, a new enemy rises, and another, and another. The warrior knows that her struggle is folly, but fighting the unending stream of enemies fills her with a sense of joy and purpose. Somewhere deep in the warrior's drug-addled mind lies a vague memory of a daughter. Perhaps the child exists only in her head, the dying remnants of a powerful dream. She does not know. Her friends and fellow warriors come and go. Some flee in terror, some are eaten. She began the fight with 33 companions, but most are gone now. The warrior's body shudders. She does not understand why at first. By the time she hears the fierce, low sound, the arena is already enclosed in darkness. Looking up, the warrior sees a beast so large that it blots out the sky. She is laughing. She has been doing so for as long as she can remember. Covered in blood and dirt, the warrior laughs. She laughs and laughs until the town that contains her daughter collapses into a pile of dust. This memory has been stored for a long time. It is etched with a single word: loss. Look at my memory. A red dragon falls from the heavens. Ah, that memory has been lost. A shame. It was a favorite of mine. Is that a Drakengard reference? After many centuries of existence, the tree saw that its carefully labeled memories were beginning to dwindle. Once seemingly infinite, the memories now seemed ready to disappear forever. The tree did not feel sadness at this. Grief was an emotion beyond its comprehension. It did, however, have the distinct feeling that something was missing. The mountain of memories it had so carefully assembled had disappeared. The tree stretched its branches as far as it could, but new memories refused to flow. The pool of memories was a black, empty pit, a hollow place where life had once flourished. The tree had lost its purpose. There was nothing to be done but sift through the few remaining memories littering the ground under its branches. This is why the tree was pleased when the young man and his companion entered the room. "Oh, this place is gloomy as hell." The room Nier had entered was almost completely empty. All he could see were a few crystals scattered haphazardly on the ground. Picking up one of the crystals and peering into it, Nier suddenly saw a familiar sight. It's the forest of myth, its villagers, prisoners of their own dreams. "I apologize," the tree thought. "That is all that remains." As Nier stared at the jewel, bewildered, a voice suddenly called out from the depths of his mind. The voice implored them to listen. It was an order. Following it was mandatory. Abruptly, the pair realized that they must listen. They must listen. "Look there!" A small, shadowy presence appeared from beneath the floor. It appeared to be a shade. The shade grasped several jewels in its hand. More jewels tumbled out of its mouth like shards of broken teeth. Sights and sounds tinkling from each one before vanishing forever. The creature was abusing the memories, treating the precious objects like a collection of cheap playroom toys. "The shade appears to be consuming the memories." "These things eat memories?" The tree extended a branch toward Nier. Without a second thought, Nier brought his blade down on the shade, tearing its stomach wide. Jewels burst from the shade and poured across the chamber floor. "Look," thought the tree. "There's the conviction memory I had lost, and satisfaction, and many others as well. Yes, this is good." The tree opened its mouth and attempted to speak, but no sound emerged. A millennium of silence and solitude had caused the tree to forget certain things. Rather than be upset, it greeted the development with good cheer. Focusing all its power on the riddle of speech, the tree formed a kind of makeshift vocal cord and tried again. I implore... It spat out a glimmering green jewel. One more time. I implore you. There we are. What was the color of the lost envy?
I wasn't paying attention, so I hope you're not expecting me to help.
Blue! It spoke. The shade has intelligence and emotion. Who cares? Nier brushed Weiss's comment aside as his sword sliced through the shade's right arm. The shade extended its remaining arm to Nier. I must touch him. I must make contact. The moment its fingers brushed against Nier, the tree felt a warm sensation begin to burn. Something hot coursed through its fingers, up its arm, and out to its entire body. It was emotion, more than the entity had felt in centuries. The tree cried out in surprise and joy. 1,000 years alone, 1,000 years in quiet contemplation. The tree felt like it was going to break apart. For long centuries, the tree had been alone, its heart sealed with heavy chains, but no more. New powerful emotions began to take hold, causing its heart to lighten. This was more than the simple emotions had been designed to feel. It was the beginnings of a soul. And the young man was the key. This was the promise made long ago. This was how it would be released. The tree's stomach began to throb in pain, a new and unpleasant sensation. But the time was not yet right. I implore you, how many were lost by the warrior who fought the red-eyed beasts? Her daughter and 33 friends? Okay, riddle time is over. I'm gonna kill this stupid shade once and for all. Something round and shiny fell from the open stomach and clattered to the floor. The key! Cried the book. Oh, the book. The key! Cried the book. Secure the key! The man's sword slowed. Time began to dilate around them, stretching and slowing. Time is essential. The next word must be heard. The words exploded. It became difficult to discern their meaning. The pool of memories began to crack as infinite blackness burrowed its way into the wall. This world is falling apart. How can a world of letters? I implore. Most important thing. World. Yona? Yona. What? Does it matter?
Don't fuck up. It does not matter.
Okay, thank God. The light was complete. The memories disappeared. The tree's identity began to dissolve. As the letters slowly faded, Nier was drawn back to the real world. Why did that put black borders on the screen layout? I have no clue. I have tried going into Trigger Fire and like setting things to make it more consistent between our streams, and I'm not sure why it doesn't.
It has to do with the way that I rendered the video, I think. Combined with how OBS handles cropping.
I do know that sometimes if you play a redeem too many times, you'll start to see the green from the green screen.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's just the what's it called? The processor or whatever slowing down.
Oh. As the letters slowly faded, Nier was drawn back to the real world, and the tree was satisfied. Okay. You have to set the canvas of the browser source to be 1920 by... That's what I have here, yeah.
What's in there?
Also, Halkany says, I love this part, and I agree, but I think it is disappointing on Route B because it's the only part of the game that has
I don't care
nothing
if they
new.
can tap dance and play the fiddle. I just want to kill him without all this hassle.
With the tree defeated, we no longer have to... Unless, of course, time itself...
I was paying attention to what they were talking about with the shade to see if there was anything enlightening there. Like, was the shade gobbling up the jewels of memories in order to reconnect with its past or humanity? I'm not sure. I can't say that I
Seren
understand
asks,
that.
Can you both hear trigger fire? And I or just Alex. It plays through OBS. I don't think I'd be able to hear it.
I did not hear it, but
You didn't hear it?
Why do you always win?
But I also don't know if I have that set to monitor. Let's see. I have that set to monitor off. Let me put that at monitor and output, so I should be able to hear it now.
Okay. I have no idea how your audio setup works, by the way. Every time you describe it, it sounds like an alien construct.
Check to see if the letters arrive from the younger brother. Go speak with Popola. Let's go ahead and take care of Junk Heap.
Let's see if the Junk Heap kid sent us a letter.
We saved Junk Heap for last, so might as well just get it over with now.
Yeah, getting Junk Heap over with. Because then, so we've got Junk Heap, we've got Little Mermaid, we've got Facade, and we've got the Airy.
Please tell me that Little Mermaid has something new in it.
I mean, we can hear Shade dialogue now, so.
Okay. Oop.
By the way, in case anyone's wondering if I'm like actually good at painting my nails, absolutely not. Like, look at this. It's a mess.
Maybe it's just the webcam, but it looks fine to me.
The pink's kind of turning out weird.
I'm also
too.
a very bad judge of that sort of thing.
My webcam is pretty bad. So.
Wait, what did you just say? Old man?
He said, I fear the next card fate holds for us.
Voice of cards? Wow.
Loop Forstro says, I guess you try to get another ending on Replicant today.
Oh, no.
Doubt we'll get to ending B.
No.
If we really wanted to, we could probably push to it, but it would need to be like, it would probably take from this moment right now at least 2.5 hours.
This is to inform you that the upgrade work on your weapon has been completed. The weapon is ready and available for pickup at your earliest convenience. I also have a more personal request to make of you. One I hope we can discuss further once you arrive to pick up the weapon. Yours, Two Brothers weapon.
Personal request,
He's done a lot for us. We should see what he wants. Off to the Junk Heap, then.
I have not figured out like how to correctly apply nail polish in a way that it like doesn't get all splotchy. So like the only way I can get it to be a solid color is just put on like 3 coats.
What's the optimal amount of coats?
I don't know what I'm doing. I never like looked up, oh, what's the right way to paint your nails? I just started doing it.
There's no tutorial online?
I'm sure there is, I just didn't bother. Seren says I should get nail spray. What does nail spray do?
It's like a spray on tan. It sprays on your nails.
After painting them? Is that like the same thing as a top coat? Because I have a clear nail polish for a top coat. It's not the same? Okay. Passion is pain, it sure is. pedicure kit to smooth them out. Clothing, outfits, even nice canvas for some location. You know, it's starting to feel like
Hey there.
maybe I should have, in fact, looked something up
You know, with
years ago when
I need
first
to
started
ask
doing
you
this.
for a favor.
Oh, yeah?
I want you to avenge my brother.
Isn't it like better if you do it yourself?
That is a rather ponderous favor.
It's my mission. It's the whole reason I've been creating these weapons for the past 4 years. I don't care about money. I only care about making a weapon strong enough to kill those bastards.
Gotta appreciate somebody who's in it for the craft.
Which bastards?
The ones in the mountain. That little shade and his robot.
A shade has joined forces with a robot.
There's a shade in there?
Yes.
And what have we decided?
We're gonna kill it.
Yeah, Alex, real quick, look at what Seren put in the group chat. It is a picture of a list of all the characters in the Nier mobile game.
Okay.
And I just think it'd be very funny to just look at that for a moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't. Oh. I look at this and I feel no familiarity other than a lot of pale people with white hair.
Mm-hmm.
Joker? Okay.
The only character on here that you don't recognize and like have any business recognizing is probably the one named Zero. She is from Drakengard.
Yeah, I do recognize her. Why are all the actual characters in just the bottom or the third row? Who are these other people?
They're the characters in Nier Reincarnation.
Why are there two mamas?
I don't know. I've never played Reincarnation.
There are two ghost-looking characters that they look like just bed sheets named Mama.
Lesbians are real, Alex. What do you mean? Why are there two mamas?
Okay, they can't have two different names?
You've got to kill him. Kill that damn rope. By the way,
I mean, like mommy and mama, mother and mama.
What can I help you with? Come back.
Lesbians exist, but they should be more creative, you know? We should expect more from our lesbians, is all I'm saying.
Oh my god. Ooh, okay. Alex Icarus.
Do I need to go back to 2B or B2?
I think right now our lesbians expect more from you. Okay, pull up the map.
If I can remember what the map button is, I figured it out.
Yeah, okay. I believe so in the lighter gray rooms, I believe we want to go there. I think. I hope. I really hope. Actually, pull it up again. It is my belief that we want to go south, but we did not go north the last time that we were here.
You're already confusing me.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Ignore literally everything I've said since we got to the Junk Heap and just go where your heart tells you, because my nail polish isn't dry, so I can't go get the book.
Alright, Oda Cat. It's your turn. Your turn to shine. You are once again allowed to speak. You're not allowed to play Dragon Quest and watch my stream. You need to give me your full attention.
Luke Forstro says go south.
Go south. Oh, thank God, Loop. Thank God you're here. You should really get some sleep, but don't get some sleep so that you can help me out through the Junk Heap.
I consider myself to not be held responsible for the Junk Heap overall. Loop says follow the cart tunnel.
Well, we followed the cart tunnel last time. This is our second time back around after we got the memory alloy.
Yeah, I got myself confused because this entire floor opens up. Like, we opened it up tonight. So, the fact that we didn't go to the north side at all on the first trip was the part that confused me.
But what if I'm watching the hit TV show Star Wars: The Clone Wars, following the Filoniverse watch list as organized by a noted friend of the channel? So, oh.
What if indeed?
I'm not doing that. Who's doing that?
I can't imagine someone doing that. By the way, Seren, just in case there's any ambiguity, you have full permission to just be really annoying about Clone Wars from me. Because that is currently on the list of things I do genuinely fully intend to get back to.
Just as soon as you're done with the shitty game A Realm Reborn.
Yeah, that. But yeah. Sometimes there are things that I prefer people to, like, not really hound me too much on. You have my full permission to just be completely annoying about Clone Wars.
Yeah, I need to play Pathologic at some point, but you and Joe haven't done that stream yet.
That is true. I'm gonna do my half of it probably this weekend.
There are heroes on both sides? Whoa, it's just like Nier.
Probably this weekend I'm gonna do both Undertale and whatever that replacement punishment game is in one stream. Seren said that I don't have to do it simultaneously with Joe, so I might as well get it over with on my own. And Joe currently owes that game and Marvel Snap. Seren says we're both very quiet again, so I think the game itself is just kind of loud.
I haven't touched anything about the OBS audio, but the game is loud, yes. I think the music just kind of gets
Alex
loud.
is fine, just me. I mean, I'm not speaking directly into my mic, but...
Who the hell is Mike?
He's the guy from Resident Evil 4. He's in a helicopter.
Oh, okay. Thank God for you clarified that for me.
Him and Leon are gonna go grab a drink after the mission. And Mike is totally fine.
Oh. Loop, are you still here? Is this the right way?
You do both runs, I'll definitely be there to watch you rage quit the final boss. I am only legally obligated to play the game for 1 hour, and I can't say that I really have any plans to do more than that on stream, because...
Which game is this?
I've heard Undertale.
Oh.
Because I've heard what it's like to stream Undertale. And also just like, the game just has so much baggage from people that like have been fans of it for so long. And there's already so much about it that I've just heard offhand over the years that like people don't want to watch me stream Undertale, because like I don't think there's really anything that can really surprise me. Obviously there are a lot of details that I don't know, but I know like the broad strokes of a lot.
Yeah.
So
it's a game I'm excited to play as well, but not going to stream.
I know it will surprise you. The depths to which you will not enjoy the first hour of the game, which even fans call by far the worst part.
Okay. Yeah, good to know, because I played that initially back in 2015 when it was getting a whole lot of the initial buzz, and I did not care for it. But I didn't give it a fair shake. I played it for like an hour, and I was like, I'm not gelling with it. Loop, where are you?
Let me see the map again. I think you're going the right way.
Okay.
Yeah, this looks right.
Rivali, I don't trust you.
Yeah, also to some extent, Seren's right. Like, I kind of intended never to play Undertale because of how much discourse there has been over the last 9 years that I have heard while having not played the game.
It's been 9 years.
It sure has.
What's that about?
Don't know, don't care. All that matters is that we kill them both.
Thanks, Suki.
What is Undertale Yellow? I've seen that a couple times now.
Suki, my nails are not dry. You don't want to be here. Trust me. You will be unhappy. Yeah, so like I'm honestly not sure what Xander's intentions are with like giving me Undertale as a punishment game. Like, is he expecting me to like it? Is he expecting me to not like it? What's he expecting? I don't know.
Right.
I think he knows at the very least that it would be a game that would be a headache for you. Because either you play it and you like it, which kind of becomes its own thing, because then you're kind of, you owe the game and the fans giving it a fair shake, or you play it and you hate it, and now you have an
I
opinion.
interrupt you with voicing dialogue, by the way.
That's fine. Having an
Thanks, him
opinion
knowing
on
you don't like
Undertale
respond
is
at
a
all.
punishment
True.
in itself.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
Okay, I landed here.
Intruder detected.
I am an intruder. That's fine.
Scanning. Exterminate.
Okay, exterminate though. You should have started having a conversation with me like you did with Khalil. Like, it would have been nice if you gave me that.
You've been cutting a bloody swath through every robot in this place.
Beepy doesn't know that. Beepy was also exterminating all the
Do it,
shades.
BT. Beat him good.
Oh my god!
That thing is
You know,
controlling the robot somehow.
Aim for the legs. Knock it down. Take out the shade.
Also, literally every human that's ever walked through those doors has tried to kill Khalil.
all the robots were killing the shades.
Beepy, wait! That's enough!
Okay, there we go. That's fine.
You're gonna be destroyed if you keep fighting!
I mean, it's more out of a self-preservation thing, but...
No! I can't live without you! I don't want to be alone again!
No, damn it. That's a shade. It's a shade!
Kill him. Kill him. Feel the hate inside you.
It's like Star Wars.
So I don't know if the first time around you noticed that Kaine definitely says that line in Route A, out of nowhere.
Ah. That's the
Which,
one disadvantage of streaming this over several months, is that I'm not able to make those connections as quickly.
The reaction that a lot of people have at this point is, wait a minute, could she hear them the whole time?
Yeah, it does kind of implicate Kaine into some pretty fucked up shit, considering she does understand them.
I stand by what I said the first time around. This is stupid and it fucking rules.
This thing can transform?
I don't think he's gonna have a chance to fly that much. Tearing him up.
Watch for falling debris.
Look out!
BP, what are you doing?
Escape. 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 See the world.
Wait, no! You can stop now! You've done enough!
Protect. Must fight.
Where do you think you're going?
Stop! BP's my best friend in the world! Stop hurting him!
Your best friend, it probably killed your mom. Oh. Which one of you is Khalil? This is real fucked up.
Little bit, yeah. I love how, like, you keep up the bit for most of it, and then just suddenly you just... Wow, this is fucked up, huh?
You have to balance it out.
BP, I'm sorry. I'm not strong enough. I wanted to be with you forever.
Khalil. Together, BP. Alone. BP. Cry.
You stupid machine! You killed my family! You took everything from me!
And we responded in kind.
Why did you have to be here? Why you? Why?
Beautiful. What a perfect example of humanity.
Iron, you are a human.
Hey, come on. That's enough.
I did it!
We also not hear the robot the
Now
first
that this
time.
We do.
damn thing is
We
dead,
hear him during
I
the
can
fight. That
forage
little scene at
wherever
the
I
end
want.
there was new.
Okay.
All of his lines during the fight were always there.
Just wait, you goddamn freak! Now I can make all kinds of powerful weapons!
You already have your revenge.
Just leave it to me! Leave it all to me!
We didn't. We also really didn't notice
forget it,
this time
okay?
around because of how like the camera was in a weird position. But I don't think Khalil attacks you until you attack him.
Oh. Well, there were like 3 shades that popped out,
Hatred and
which was
malice will never heal a
confusing.
wounded
Yeah,
heart.
you like he was on the opposite side of BP from you this time while you were attacking BP, and like the hitbox did overlap and eventually hit Khalil, but I think that he doesn't do anything until you attack him.
Maybe it's just all he's capable of right now.
Revenge is a fool's errand.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know Nier?
All right, what's next?
I got a mouse tail. We've only been streaming for an hour and 20 minutes. We definitely have time for another one.
Yeah, Route B
Popola's
definitely
found some
zooms a bit.
information about the Shadow Lord. Let's drop by the village.
Very well.
All right, I think it's gonna send you into Little Mermaid now.
Yeah, I think we have time for Little Mermaid, and then we'll probably call it there.
You know,
Facades. Oh, this is a new scene.
why was a shade hanging out with a machine?
It appeared the creature was actually issuing orders to that mechanical minion.
Do you think the shade had a reason for what it did?
Actually.
Huh?
Look, it doesn't matter what a shade is or isn't thinking. All that matters is that we kill every last one of them.
Oh my god. Reference to Three Houses.
Right. Sure. The idea of a shade trying to protect a robot is goddamn absurd. Still, you guys should be careful.
What do you mean?
If the shade inside me ever takes over, I'm probably going to attack you.
That's not gonna happen. You are no shade.
The lad is correct. You are many things, hussy, but a shade is not one of them. Shades, for example, do not come equipped with such foul and scurrilous mouths.
How about I cram your face up your own asshole, book?
Don't worry, Kaine.
The book doesn't have an
If it ever
asshole.
takes over, I'll stop you.
You will you?
He barely has a mouth.
Thanks, Emil.
So, Facade's also a little on the short side in Act 2, so I think if we wanted to, we could probably knock that out.
And just be ready
Mermaid
for...
if that's us. Yeah, because then we only have the area left before the Shadow Lord's castle, and we could probably finish Route B next week.
Whoa. But then we'll have to leave Replicant.
We'll be back. Remember, Replicant is the last stop on our journey with ending E.
Ending E is completely new to this version of Replicant. The remake.
To a certain definition of new, it is not in the original game. However, it was one of the short stories in the book.
Got it.
Just like Little Mermaid is.
Bodily protection. It seems these creatures too follow the prescripts of evolution.
And I'll just have to overpower them.
So the armor is evolution?
I mean, Nier and Vice don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't know that shades are humans, so they're just kind of making wild guesses.
No, Vice is always correct. He's never steered me wrong. And I'm offended that you would imply that he's wrong about anything.
I mean, Devil and Popola literally call him a traitor.
Betraying the Devil and Popola is the correct thing to do, though.
Is it? Is that your line in the sand for replicants versus gestalts?
Devil, like evil?
Popola? Catholicism?
Like people?
Learned anything new about the Shadow Lord's key, Popola?
You know, I was just going to talk to you about that. You remember the Airy, right?
That depressing shell.
Oh, you're getting sense of the Airy.
Not so much anymore, it sounds like. I just got this letter from the village chief. Have a look.
Is it randomized?
Airy. It's not randomized. I just don't remember exactly how the sequence works.
My greetings to you in your village. I hope everything is going well. Our village has shut itself away from the world far too many years, and we have therefore decided it is time to change our ways. As part of this endeavor, we have resolved to establish a shop within the village. It is now open for business, and I look forward to seeing a great many customers visit from all over the world. With regards to the sacrifice, keyword you wrote about, one of our villagers claimed to know the meaning behind the term. You are more than welcome to speak with him on the matter as part of your visit to the area. I hope to hear from you again soon.
Sacrifice? Isn't that the name of one of the key fragments?
That's right. I've been trading notes with leaders from every town in the land.
You're amazing, Popola.
This entire affair strikes me as a bit too convenient.
I'm afraid Grimoire Weiss is correct.
What do you mean?
You're not afraid.
The
He just
area has
is
been
correct.
shut off from the world for years. And now they've not only opened trade routes, but they freely exchange information about the Shadow Lord.
I agree. It seems rather unnatural and dangerous.
You're overthinking it. Besides, I don't care if it's dangerous.
Does the Shadow Lord need all these fragments?
I won't get Yona back by just sitting around and waiting. If there are shades there,
I don't remember what the fragments actually are in lore.
Well, if that's the way you feel, I guess I won't stop you. Try speaking with the chief when you get there.
I can try to look it up. There are some things in this game that it's just like...
It's a video game?
Yeah, the explanation doesn't matter.
Okay.
But I'll try to see if there is one.
Because it does seem like Devil and Popola are
right, let's go see the chief.
making you prepared for the Shadow Lord. They want you to go to the Shadow Lord. But I just don't understand why the fragments are necessary. If that's what the Shadow Lord wants anyways.
Okay, so in looking up the answer, I have discovered a new proper noun I did not know.
Okay, let's go.
Quote, I haven't played in quite a while, but if I remember correctly, Devila and Popola never actually wanted World Ender to complete the key.
Yeah, I have my
I don't know
doubts.
what World Ender is.
Is that another term for Nier?
Oh, yeah, that's just another term
This
for
is a
Nier.
shithole.
Don't be so nervous, Kaine. We'll protect you.
I got me taken care of. Worry about protecting yourself.
Yeah, so the World Ender is what Reincarnation calls him.
Terrible little memories, isn't it, Kaine?
Memories. I can't believe the serial killer speaks in Uwu speak.
Tyron's great. Love him.
We do not desire.
We do not desire needless conflict.
If we can continue to live with humans,
then we can continue to live peacefully.
But that young man will come.
Yes, the young man will come.
He will kill us all. Women and children included.
What should we do? What can we do?
Where the hell is Grandma?
Grandma died like 8 years ago.
Just wondering. So did you say that they don't want the World Ender to get the fragments?
We can call him Nier. It's fine, we can call him Nier.
He's World Ender.
That's at least like the Reddit comment I was looking at. The keys really are kind of just like a video gamey thing.
Okay.
They don't do a good job if that's true. Yeah.
Loop, go get some sleep. We're outside the Junk Heap. We're fine now.
I don't believe in anything anymore.
Okay. Having a crisis of faith very vocally.
It's over. For us. And for you.
The area might go faster this time because we're high level, so the boss won't take a million years. I'm hoping.
Very excited for Emil to go Oppenheimer mode once again.
Oh, wait. Do you want to check before you like kick this part off? Do you want to check the merchant over in like the Shade Plaza for any Act 1 weapons?
Sure. How do I not activate this? Is this activate it?
Yeah, just don't talk to that guy yet.
Okay.
I can't remember what Act 1, if we were missing any Act 1 weapons that we needed to buy.
This building.
I'm scared.
Make what stop?
Yeah, unfortunately, you gotta go like the long way around across the bridge.
Shut up.
Okay.
There's no point in living.
If you're not ashamed, then prove it!
Steren is self-describing as one of those weirdos who played the original back in 2010.
Congrats on being a weirdo. Like, okay. I apologize. I will never get the Airy correct.
I was like, oh, sick, Drakengard game. I mean, that's enough of a weirdo statement. Now you gotta cross the bridge. I'm sure one of these days I'm going to play Drakengard. But I say that with far less fondness than I do for Persona 1 and 2.
You could play it instead of playing Persona 3. You could just use that time for Drakengard.
Persona 3 is a game that I know that I like, though.
Oh, you don't know.
What do you mean I don't know?
This is a remaster or a remake.
I mean, I guess that's true.
Everyone will perish.
I appreciate your commitment to like hearing all of this dialogue, even though it's like largely all the same.
Nice. I want to hear exactly their hopelessness. You know, like in their words. I don't want to assume.
The weapon shop here.
Come back soon, all right?
Make sure you stock up on the Come back.
Weapons. You look like you do weapons.
My weapons may not be the latest and greatest.
Notice how there's been no discussion by anyone about the beach scene. I'm like, if they don't change that scene at all, I'm going to fucking die. Do you have shit to sell? Because we're on Route C, we're gonna have to buy those weapons. So.
What is the sell stuff?
I think it says in the description. Scroll to the bottom. Like the very bottom. Shit.
The mask is steel. Seems like something is worthwhile.
How much do you intend to get into weapon upgrades? Because if you don't really plan on upgrading your weapons, you don't need any of the crafting stuff. But
probably not sell that, because that's like, if it is worth keeping around for upgrades, it's gonna be really difficult to find again.
I think a couple things that say its purpose is a mystery. Maybe that. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know for sure. Yeah.
I'm not seeing anything like that.
Grinding. We might have to do money grinding on Route C. I know those are definitely used for crafting.
Sold 2 of these.
500 plus layoffs at Riot.
Oh god. That sucks.
Who had open job listings yesterday? How super normal and cool and good of this industry. Okay, that's one less thing to worry about. We can get the other one on Route C, unless you like are confident you can get rid of some stuff.
I am playing on easy, so I really don't need to collect that much in terms of upgrades shit. Oh. Let's just pull the trigger.
This should give you enough, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Alright, that's all the Act 1 items then.
Yay! So now we need to make our way back. Platty, what's good?
According to the industry, is that 2023 is a layoff year and 2024 is a studio closure year.
Best of luck to anybody who works in the games industry right now.
It's not looking good out there. Platty asks, are you winning, son?
Yeah, I'm playing on easy, so I'm always winning.
Yeah, the game industry is in a not good spot right now. Like, are we heading towards a crash? Like, I'm not smart enough to be able to say whether we are, but like, I'm worried enough to ask if we are.
Why do you always win?
You have to define crash? I guess, yeah.
Hello?
It's not as clean a
We're
question
here
as
from
I
Hopeless
thought.
Village.
It's all over.
We came to ask about the letter you sent.
Our days are numbered. Our village is doomed.
As cheerful as ever, it seems.
You're the one who wrote the letter, right?
I don't know about any letter.
What the hell is going on here?
It may be faster for us to take our inquiries elsewhere. Let us ask around. Someone must know something.
We're already crashing in terms of how many games per year are allowed to find success.
I can definitely hear the redeems now. I hear those paw pennies.
Do you not usually hear them?
No, I had monitoring off on those.
Oh, so you've never heard them on your own stream before?
Nope.
Okay.
Or maybe I did at some point, and then I turned monitoring off for some reason. I can see myself doing that.
A letter, huh? Yeah, I think I heard something about that.
So, you know about the letter?
Maybe I don't. I'm not sure.
Which is it, man?
Oh, and if I may ask, are you friends of Kaine?
You could say that.
Ah, I've heard the rumors. Here to hunt shades, are you?
Indeed. Our aim is to defeat every last one.
Every last one?
Yeah.
Everyone.
I mean, that's the goal. I'm not sure why you're so pissed off about it.
Beware, this man is a shade.
I could tell.
I figured as much.
So yeah, I'm not sure exactly what we need to do. Do games just need to
You guys sure
increase their prices?
1,000.
Sren says I can write a whole book about the economic state of the industry in 2024, but TLDR, shit's really, really bad.
some help?
Because
Yeah.
the biggest companies are still in an arms race for who can make the most expensive yet profitable game. The line has to keep going up for every major publisher, and game discovery is almost non-existent for indies that aren't championed by a platform.
But not all of them. Some are still human, so be careful.
Increased price is not the solve.
Yeah, so like, by and large, I don't like to acknowledge the Insomniac leak, because it was not really
It's
a
not
leak
a
so
leak.
much as it was a theft. But I do think that contextually, what we learned about Spider-Man is really important context for the state of the industry right now, of how like that game was massively successful and barely broke even, and they spent all of this money redoing so many assets that people largely didn't even notice. And I think that is a really good summation of how bad things are in AAA right now. And obviously Soren has outlined a lot of the big problems in the indie space right now. So
yeah,
it's bad.
What's going on? Don't be fooled by this lady. She's a shade.
We're about to watch Kaine die as well. You have the means, a small thing that people can do as customers, and I mean small, is to buy indie games you're interested in when they're not on sale, and don't refund unless you need to.
You people are the monsters here!
Stay back, kid. Your sister is one of them now.
I don't care what she is. She's my sister, and I love her.
Oh, what's with the lighting on this kid's face right now?
I wonder what is more beneficial across the board is if you're interested in a lot of games to buy a bunch of games on sale, or to just buy the like one or two that at full price.
Why have you done this? We just wanted to live our lives in peace.
Stop it! Don't hurt my sister!
You monster! You possessed monster! It's you who have lost your humanity. You are the true monsters.
What madness. These people are behaving as if we are the villains.
You are the cursed ones. You are the ones who should die.
Kill them! Kill them now!
No, you've got to stop this. We're trying to save you from the shades. Please, you have to stop.
Yeah, Razadow's at that point, I don't know if it's worth debating between those two
Villagers
options.
are under attack over there.
One way or another, yeah, shit's fucked.
Oh, check the base being sold on itch.io with a Steam key instead of buying on Steam. That's a good tip. I haven't even considered that, but that makes a lot of sense.
Oh God, help us! Help us, please! We are shades!
What could those black swirls be?
Yeah, ultimately, like, the sheer blunt fact is that if you want to know what we as consumers can do to fix this, really nothing. But if you really want to like try to make that little difference to try to make it better, then these are good options.
Yeah.
Buy indie games small price when you can, or full price when you can. Buy from itch.io when you can. Just if you want to try to make that smallest difference, then like just try to do what you can to get as much money back to the devs as possible.
I try and advocate for indie games that I'm excited about as much as I can. I've been able to make like 3 or 4 people try out Knuckle Sandwich, which is cool because that's largely a one developer game with some support.
Oh yeah, and the smallest indie game projects are the ones that will notice it more. Yeah, those are the smallest games are the ones that like you specifically, an individual person, can have the biggest impact on. AAA is just fucked. There's nothing we can do about that. That is completely out of our hands.
By my pages, is this beast a shade as well?
What I don't understand is why games go on get pretty drastic sales within months of them coming out.
Race to the bottom. That's really all it is. It's a race to the bottom. Up, dialogue.
I think I missed that. Was it asking where am I? Who am I?
Yeah, it's the shades that have been pulled into this big conglomeration, just kind of lost their sense of identity and consciousness, basically.
Do we understand what this thing is?
It's just a big mass of shades, really.
Power of all those shades? It will take more than a barrage of magic to stop us. The first to waver is the first to die.
I didn't look it up to make sure, but I don't think there's anything that particular that this is. It's just
I sense magic coming from the center of that
big
eye.
shade soup.
Sure, Seren. Let me get past this segment because it's going to be a big story moment.
Wait! I think those are actual people!
Hold nothing back. Those are shades.
Wait, did Emil say that beforehand?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Well, because like they're not certain. Like, what's the difference between the humans or the replicants and the shades?
Appear to deflect magic.
Like that's what this whole section is about, really. Like, you can't tell the difference.
Such speed.
But so while I'm sure Seren can give a much more detailed and complete answer, like as far as why do games go on sale for such deep discounts so quickly, I assume that like a one sentence answer is just race to the bottom. And would I be right in saying that? Like, obviously there's nuances that doesn't capture, but I'm guessing that's effectively what it is. Hard to convince people to care about these things, though, when I'm still quiet. Well, my mic is peaking, so that has to be on Alex's side.
Yeah. For me, you're peaking as well.
Mm-hmm.
The game is also just very loud right now.
Razan says it's hard to convince people to care about these things, though, when most are probably already using games to escape from their own personal stresses. That's true, and also just the economy is just fucked in general.
Yeah, and like, as much as I care about the industry, ultimately games are art. They're also a luxury. Like,
there's no one thing that's wrong. There's so many things that are just it's a confluence of so many things coming together. Not all of which are specific to the gaming industry. Like, literally, just the economy sucks right now. If the price of games kept up with inflation, then games would be way more than $70.
Yep.
But $70 is a point where I can't justify buying every game.
We need to circle behind. Okay. I'm trying to keep up with the boss and the conversation at the same time.
COVID was definitely a big catalyst for sure, but I don't think there's any one cause. I think COVID was just like the perfect storm to disrupt all of these different things all at once.
Wasn't COVID kind of a big boon for a lot of games as well?
A couple very specific games for a very specific period of time. Oh, I think you needed to be on the bridge up there.
Oh. That's what made it, yeah.
Emil's subtweeting you for being too slow.
Industry got 30%. Yeah, because the investment money that people are losing out on now came from COVID, correct? Am I understanding that?
You must strike it in the eye.
Yeah, projections increasing based off of COVID does not make sense to me. Like, you can't expect pandemic conditions year over year.
Known CEOs to make good decisions. CEOs only know how to think ahead one quarter at a time.
It is escaping to the inner level.
I'm coming. Gotta catch my breath.
Careful, Emil. Won't help anyone.
I have to go back down, right? Can I just jump?
You can, but you have to land on the thing, so. There you go.
Beat the hell out of that thing. How can it still move?
Its combined powers are beyond even my greatest suspicion.
Yeah, I hoped that the area would be a lot faster since we're higher level, but no, it's still really long.
It's only long because there's a lot of walking around and chasing the boss down. When I actually get to it, it's over. Like,
yeah,
takes me 5 seconds. All right. The Emil laser beam. I mean, the state of the industry is great if you're Pal World, though.
Evidently, yeah.
Emil, wait.
Emil!
He's gone. His instincts have taken hold. The ultimate weapon is being deployed.
Ah, fuck. This ain't good, sunshine.
Uncontrollable magic. I have to protect the people I love. That was the only thought as I unleashed a magic powerful enough to destroy not only the Shade, but everyone else as well. All of them. So many innocent lives. Destroy. Eviscerate. Crush. Kill. These are the dark impulses that override all other thoughts. As a being that was created to be a magical weapon, these are my instincts. Or maybe it's better to call them our instincts. I forgot this was in Route B.
Okay, we're getting into it.
This is new to Replicant. A klaxon sounds from deep within the bowels of the laboratory. Thick metal shutters drop down, sealing off the room with a series of dull metal thuds. Abort the experiment. Number 6 is out of control. Everyone get out of here now. Get out of here.
Okay, so your clipping is actually making it so that Discord is not registering what you're saying.
I've turned down the gain on my mic a bit.
Yeah, so
everything else will be on your end.
Anybody in chat, let me know if y'all can hear properly. Keep going. Oh, I need to hit A.
Yeah. The researcher's words are abruptly cut off as a massive hand materializes out of the gloom and lifts him high into the air. The researcher begins to scream. He screams and screams, the sound echoing off the walls of the laboratory, until the hand squeezes down, coating the room in a deep crimson hue. The rest of his colleagues stand in silence, mouths open, unable to process what they have just seen. Then a female scientist takes a step back and lets fly with a heartbreaking wail.
All right, hold on. I need to actually pay attention to what's being said, because this is new content.
Shit's going bad in the lab.
Okay.
But this is a terrible mistake. for the sound of her cry suddenly brings forth a monster in all of its terrible glory. Its body is a bloated corpse, its head a grinning skull. And it is massive, many times the size of a human. The head lolls from side to side as it tromps about the room on all fours, bringing to mind the wild maneuverings of some wretched, starving beast. This creature, this thing, is experimental weapon number 6, also known as Halua. No! Oh no! Please stop! Oh God, save me! Save me! I don't want to die! One by one, the maddened cries of the researchers are silenced. If number 6 understands their petitions, it pays them no heed. Instead, continuing its rampage of destruction and slaughter with a focus that borders on obsession. After an eternity, the screaming stops. The alarms fall silent. And only then does the creature make a sound, howling out with an unfathomable roar that echoes up and down the empty halls of the blood-soaked laboratory. It's a sound that curses those who had dared bring such evil into the world. And yet one that also seems to be pleading for help. Two sets of footsteps echo in an otherwise silent corridor in the first level of the laboratory. One set belongs to a young boy, his eyes blindfolded and his hands restrained. The other belongs to a severe man in a long white coat. The man drags the boy along by means of a long chain attached to a set of shackles on his wrists. Rubble is scattered here and there across the...
My bad.
Excuse me? Could you please walk a bit slower, sir? I'm not used to being blindfolded, and... Rather than stopping, the man only increases his pace, causing the boy to stumble in an attempt to keep up. The last humiliation proves too much, and the boy finds himself unable to arrest his fall. Without the ability to brace himself, he topples to the floor, smashing his head on a pile of debris and causing a trickle of blood to worm its way down his pale, frightened face. Agonized by the pain, the boy inadvertently opens his eyes, causing the falling drops of blood to emit a strange crackling sound before transforming into tiny white rocks. "Close your damn eyes!" roars the man. "Yes, sir," stammers the boy as he slams his lids shut. He hadn't realized the blindfold had slipped off during the fall, but now he keeps his eyes squeezed shut so tightly that sparkles appear against the black of his vision. The boy is Emil, also known as Number 7. He is a magical weapon whose eyes are capable of turning to stone anything that falls under their gaze. "Don't look at me," barks the man. "Never look at me." "I'm sorry, sir. I'm looking at the ground now, so if you'll just hand me the blind..." Instead of waiting for him to finish, the man extends one foot and presses Emil's face to the floor with a heavy black boot. "Sir, stop! You're hurting me!" "I told you to keep your eyes and your mouth shut, so do it!" The man knows this boy, this weapon, could wipe him out with a single glance, and yet subduing him this way gives him a sense of relief. After making certain the boy is sufficiently cowed, the man leans down, retrieves the blindfold, and knots it tightly around the boy's quivering head. "Right then. On your feet. Let's move." Emil staggers to his feet, trying to ignore the red liquid oozing down his face. The blood doesn't matter. The pain doesn't matter. All that matters is finishing the job they had set out for him to do. The second level of the laboratory is in even worse shape than the first. The environs are littered with rubble and rock, making the thought of a decent foothold laughable. When the man's eyes linger on a section of rubble stained a deep red, he has a sudden image of warm, gooey brownies slathered in a strawberry sauce. His stomach lurches at the thought, but when he attempts to avert his eyes, they land on the remains of a human being rendered into what could only be described as paste. The man blinks, His mind goes strangely blank before attempting to determine exactly how many humans had to be sacrificed to create the scattered piles of flesh around him. After a moment, his thoughts simply cease altogether, as if his mind realizes that trying to put such a thing into form is folly. "You can go the rest of the way on your own," says the man in a voice much weaker than he wishes it to be. "I mean, what does it matter? You're not even human. You're a monster." With this, the man spins around and dashes back down the hall. A helpless Emil simply listens as the footsteps of his erstwhile captor fade into the distance. Emil finds himself alone in a room with the stench of death and blood. For a moment, he considers opening his eyes, but the thought of the horrors that await him quickly squash this plan. Instead, he stands still and listens intently. Eventually, a far-off sound reaches his ears. "That's the howl I heard before." Emil resumes walking, using the sound of the distant voice to guide him, almost as if it was calling him home. By the time Emil reaches the 3rd level, he is moving on memory as much as sound. His hands and face are covered in flesh wounds from numerous falls, but every time he thinks about giving up, his mind returns to his sister. "We studied together. We ate cookies together. We cried together. We laughed together. And sometimes, I was the only one who got yelled at. That's why I was never lonely. Our being together allowed me to stay strong." For Emil, his sister was all he had to live for. So holding that feeling close to his chest, he presses on, one slow step after the other. Finally, Emil finds himself drawing close to a certain experimental chamber in the deepest part of the laboratory. The howl is very close now, and as he touches the switch that controls the door, he thinks about his mission. Number 6 is the ultimate weapon. She is his sister, and he must turn her to stone. The door slowly opens, revealing the massive interior of the experimentation chamber. After a few steps, Emil removes his blindfold and slowly opens his eyes. His sister lurks before him, but she looks nothing like the girl he once knew. Instead, he sees a savage beast crawling on all fours through the shredded remains of researchers. As the thing that had been his sister stops and tilts its head in Emil's direction, he focuses his gaze on it. A series of soft crunching sounds emerge from the creature as his magic does its terrible work. First the fingers, then the hands, arms, legs, head. What little color the beast once possessed fades to a dull ashen gray. And yet, somehow, it summons what strength remains and pulls itself toward Emil one slow, lumbering effort at a time. Wailing, massive monstrosity closes in. Is she worried about me? Or is she coming to kill me? Emil feels prepared to accept either outcome. After all, this was his older sister, the person he loved more than anyone else in the world. Halua, The moment Emil speaks, number 6 comes to a sudden halt. Silence descends on the chamber as the siblings stare at each other. I'm sorry, Halua, but everyone says you're too powerful. They say it's too dangerous unless I steal you away. I'm so sorry.
Pa pennies.
Pa pennies.
As Emil watches her body begin to turn to stone once more, number 6 simply waits in utter perfect silence. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The moment number 6's petrification is complete, her memories flood into Emil's mind. The two of them huddling together in the cold. All alone in the world, with no one to protect them. All she wanted was to save her little brother. And yet, it was that little brother who, in a sense, saved her. The moment the petrification is complete, Emil sinks to his knees. A frozen sister and a little brother racked with sin. Alone in this cold cage, the two of them weep a single, silent voice. It was our combined power that destroyed the Aerie. Whole existences, entire lives, even their memories. We took it all. We took everything. My sweet, gentle sister turned into a monster. And the same thing will happen to me now that I have her power. If my instincts as a weapon win out and destroy me in the process, if that power ends up hurting someone I love,
Cry about it.
What have I done? I killed innocent people. I killed them all.
But you saved us. If it wasn't for you, we'd all be dead. We owe you.
But
It's all right.
The ends justify the means, Emil.
Really? Don't look back.
We got it.
I thought that was in Route C.
We had best be off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emil's memories are new in Replicant.
Oh. That shouldn't be new. That's felt important.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so we are going to do Little Mermaid now. Ready when you are? Yeah, let me...
If you're up for it.
Maybe Popola's found some information about the Shadow Lord. Let's drop by the village.
Either Little Mermaid or Facade. I don't remember if it gives you a choice.
Give me a second.
Yeah, but I wasn't expecting it to like be a whole new call.
Yeah, I just tried adding Seren to the DM, but it created a whole new call in the process.
I lost the game feed, just so you know. So
okay, I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah, the stream also lost the camera. Also, the audio balance of the two of you way better in this call than on the stream.
Yeah, it's all on OBS.
I don't know what the problem is.
Hell yeah.
Also, on my end, since we're dealing with audio issues, let me just turn down the game for myself. The music has been very loud. That is going to maybe affect the stream, so I'm going to boost OBS's game audio. You all keep me posted on how that sounds in chat. And then let me pop out this Discord.
Why don't you just have a whole other computer with you so that you can have the stream open on that to check audio balance?
That seems like too much. Okay. Okay. Maybe Popola has found information about the Shadow Lord. Let's drop by the village. Very well. All right, so video games. Will they survive?
Man. No, I mean, yes,
Mhm.
but not in the form that you're thinking of. Also, Alex, your right-click context window is on the stream for Discord.
Oh, sick.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Ow.
Because
Oh.
it is?
Oh, okay. In Discord. I don't know why it kept the
Yeah.
right click.
You know, just revealing the trade secret that your cameras are reversed.
Yep.
Because you want me looking at the game.
It just didn't let you
Meanwhile, on my own
looking at the
streams-
very edge.
On my own streams, I never put any effort into making someone look at the game.
Just wanted to give
Not
you
like I've
nose
had my own
room.
streams in a while.
Yeah, well, it's a whole other.
The fated return. It will be soon.
Yep. Yeah, so yeah, I do fully intend to come back for Paper Mario this week. Although there is unfortunately a reason God may not like that, because I don't know if I've mentioned to you guys the contractor that's kind of been screwing me over for 2 years. But the most recent thing that they did was leave an electrical outlet exposed outside, so that whenever it rains, that breaker just turns off. It's supposed to rain on Thursday.
Anything more?
And guess which breaker the Wii U is plugged into?
Can I take something off your?
Oh, how about this?
Sick.
Well, can I ask you to go?
Sure.
So, God may not want that stream to happen. But we're gonna find out. So yeah, my understanding is that the concept of video games is not going anywhere, but the industry as we know it probably is.
This feels
The
alarmingly
industry,
familiar.
as people have been conditioned
I'm sure
to
that couple is
know
merely
it.
having another one of their inane
I
sweats.
think
Let
that
us do our utmost not to get dragged into it this time.
let's put the industry into 5 budget strata. And I'm saying strata, not tiers, because one is not better than the other. But like, there at the very bottom tier, there is like, let's say, under $500. I would call that most of the eShop by volume. I would say $500 to $500,000. Then 500.
It's a big
to
jump.
Million. Sure is. People don't know game budgets at all.
I take that large jump as more of a commentary on the stuff on the eShop.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's because $500 is like jack shit. That is, I bought 3 asset packs. Anyways, and I licensed you. Then there's like, what was it? That was like
500 to
2 million?
500,000.
500,000, yeah. 500,000 to 2 million. 2 million to.
Yeesh.
What?
Sorry,
30
new
million?
cutscene.
Fog this thick before. Huh? What's that?
Welcome home, Odacat.
All right, we're good. We're just gonna get periodically interrupted by new stuff. So-
Yep. I'm actually writing this out in the Discord call, and then I'll paste this into the Twitch.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to run to the restroom. Y'all keep on going.
Great.
Okay.
And then.
So those are the budget groups.
Yes. So if we
I can drop this in the Twitch chat for everyone to see.
yes, if we
Oh,
just
Twitch does not do line breaks, but hopefully that's legible.
But yeah, if we kind of take those 5 strata and top to bottom, we call that AAA, AA, like breakout or like polished indie, low budget indie, and scam.
Mm-hmm.
Scam will not have any changes made to it whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's not true. Scam's gonna get flooded with generative AI shit, but
well, that's true, but not necessarily the same.
That's
problem.
not the result of yes, but like that's the change to look for there. 501 to 500,000 is absolutely going to get fucking demolished.
Mm-hmm.
This is small indie teams making small to mid-sized games, usually personal games. And that is fewer and fewer people, fewer and fewer publishers, platform holders, etc. are opening their wallet up for this. This used to be like a pretty decent threshold to find. Usually this would actually be in like 150k to 500k. Usually
What's wrong? Oh, hey, I remember you.
Oh,
you're the ones who helped us out. Wait.
Seeing as we've come all this way, I suppose.
This is not that expensive. We can get this game. We can pat ourselves on the back for basically funding most of it or all of it. And then.
And here we go again.
We get this.
Shall we begin by asking around at the tavern like before?
Necessarily super breakout or anything. Like it's not. These games usually don't like become the most like the best-selling things in the world.
Really?
But they tend to be very nice. And
their arguments are
that
anyway.
is
I think his brother.
Thanks for the tip.
Say.
The money's drying up there. You will still find some, but like a lot of developers are going to find it really hard to do that. 500,000 to 2 million.
I think this is a new scene coming in, by the way.
Okay.
Thank you, Odacat.
Hard to believe a ship of this size managed to run aground. What was that? Hey, is someone there? Okay, I definitely heard someone cough just now. Maybe it's one of those kids from town? But where are they?
Jerry Lowenthal working overtime on minor characters in this remake, by the way.
I love Marth.
What are you doing here, kid? And who are you, anyway? Were you a passenger on
Rough
this ship?
Southern Mark.
Hey, it's okay. You don't need to be scared.
All right.
To think that couple's petty squabbles have become something
Okay,
of
we're
an
good.
attraction for the locals.
Yep.
Doesn't surprise me in the least. Seeing people like that puts a little spring in your step, you know?
2 million
You
range
humans truly are a
is
maddening bunch. Such buffoonery
interesting.
does
I
little more
think
than
you'll
wear this
see-
old tome out.
I feel like that's what a lot of the mid-size a lot of mid-size publishers are going to like try for games like this,
Mm-hmm.
and then really pray that they break out, because once you hit this threshold,
Oh Jesus, there's another new scene already. Why is this not just the same scene?
Hey there. Well, your cough seems better at least. Check it out. I brought you some bread today.
By the way, Alex, in Route A, you described this this arc as what you
must
thought
have
to
been
be the highest
starving.
quality part of the game.
Yeah.
Just as a refresher,
No
so I'm,
one's gonna take this
I'm
from
curious
you,
if
so
that
just
stays true
take
in
it
Route B.
easy so you don't choke on it, okay?
The fact that there's the atmosphere and the mystery is going to be dissipated by the fact that I'm doing it again.
Actually, scratch that.
It's going
First things
to
first. I can't just keep calling you kid.
dispel the magic of the first play.
You got a
but
name?
I'm sure it's going to hold up otherwise.
Well, this is going nowhere fast. Let's see. Louise. Yeah, what about Louise? I mean, it just sort of popped into my head, but what do you think? Guess you're okay with it. Well, it's nice to meet you, Louise.
All right, so 500,000 to 2 million.
We searched the southern plains back when the wife
Are we
ran out
actually
too,
good?
right?
For now, at least. I don't remember the
Lots
exact
changed
cadence
since
of the
then.
scenes, so.
So it's kind of nice when you find something that hasn't. The fact
yeah,
that couple is
so-
still arguing almost fills me with
It's a.
hope, I guess.
If you ask me, that
These are
particular
games that
couple
need to
could
hit. Like
benefit
this
from a
is like
little
the
change.
these games really need to make their budget back, and some of them do, and a lot of them don't, and so this is where you'll start to see like indie studio maybe closures, people getting out is due to contraction in this area. 2 million to 25 million feels like it's just gonna almost go away altogether.
And so what are examples of some games of that scale? Because I don't think I have context for the numbers.
Saints Row 2021
Not a
or 2022.
Yeah.
Oh, but the last time I
Um,
did see him, he said something.
I guess we could
I
have
would say
Just
that I would
once,
too,
I
but
would
that's
enjoy
lie because that
receiving
game
a
was developed
quest
for
that can
10
be
years.
sold in the
The final shipping version of that. Diofield
I cannot
Chronicles.
believe how many trips we have made
Valkyrie
simply to track
Elysium,
down a single
Nier,
man.
It's all right to do this kind of thing every now and then.
I only
The mid-budget Square games.
You just a random example out of nowhere.
Yeah. Like, mid-budget Square games are very, like, the
Say
mana
there,
games are
lad,
gonna
have
be
you ever
2 million to
penned a
25. This
missive?
is what a lot of people
You
would
mean
call
a
double A
letter?
games.
No. I'm not big on writing. It always takes me forever to
Which is
figure out what I
unfortunate
wanna
because
say.
those are like largely what I think are
What's to figure out?
some of my favorite
One
games.
simply takes Quilly
The
in
ones
hand
that are like
and
big enough to
unleashes
kind of
their
be
soul
flashy,
upon the
but still
canvas of the
Big
page.
enough to
like
be on
small
a
scale enough to
Discovery.
be
Whatever you say.
small enough to be experimental sometimes.
Big enough to get to be on a disc on launch day in stores, but not. Yeah, no, those games.
This new?
This is new, yeah. I'm sorry. I thought we were going to Facade instead of so.
Facade would have been a lot easier. This is a lot of
Yeah.
talking.
Where'd you get that red bag?
There's a lot less new content in Facade.
Found it on the ship, did you? You kids are so darn curious about everything. Anywho, it's good to see you. Afraid I don't have any bread today, but I did bring you something. Here, it's a ribbon. Let me tie it in your hair for you.
The pacing of these scenes is interesting
Well,
because
what do
they
you
made
think?
way more
Pretty
than they
nice,
had
huh?
places to put them.
Huh, what's that on the floor? Oh, it's a mirror. Well, that's a stroke of luck. Let's go ahead and check out your new look. If you go over there where it's brighter, you'll be able to see yourself more clearly. What's wrong? Don't you want to see? Oh, I see. You don't like sunlight. Guess your eyes are pretty sensitive after spending all this time in the dark, huh? Well, it's not like we can have you
Surely
stay
that's
here
why.
forever. We should work on getting you out of here so you and me can go look at the sea together. How's that sound?
There's something shady about Louise.
Okay, we should be good for now. I know there's at least one more of those scenes, though. I'm not sure when it pops up.
I will wait at this point.
I think it's when he starts to approach the ship.
Talk to the postman first.
Hey, anyway, no.
Here's a
that's
quick
pretty weird.
hint. The wait, this movie was good actually era is about to begin because The Marvels is going to land on Disney Plus in 2 weeks.
Good.
Here we go. New scene.
Hey, Louise.
And the red bag.
I
Okay.
brought your food for today. What's wrong? Aren't you hungry?
Oh yeah, there's no sepia tone, so this is present day.
Huh. You haven't been
good
eating
catch.
much lately. Are you okay? Well then, let's try this.
What?
I don't know what the sound design was thinking right now. I
Yeah,
truly
sorry
do
about
not
that.
know.
It's
Wait.
song.
He's singing that?
Humming a jaunty
Yes, that
tune
was
is
supposed
the
to be him
best thing for
singing.
putting a spring in your step.
I truly have no idea what the sound design was
Songs
thinking.
are like a little bit of wisdom that makes the tough times easier. I love them personally. I mean, not that I'm any good at singing.
It is kind of cute.
Whoa, your voice is a bit rough there, but you're actually pretty good.
Yeah, Louise's version is kind of cute once you've accepted the postman's,
Yes.
but accepting the
I
postman's
knew
takes an awful
someone
lot.
who worked in the town lighthouse before she died. She used to hum this same song a lot. I heard it every time I stopped by to deliver something, and I guess it just kind of stuck. Of course, that was quite a while ago. Hey, are you trying to cheer me up? You are a kind soul, Louise.
This kind of thing where the sound director like submits a demo, and the demo makes it into the final game.
Well, they didn't have a whole lot of budget to work.
I'm sensing some really weird magic going on here, Sunshine. You feeling it too?
Yeah. Is it a shade?
Are you actually trying to think something through rather than just jumping in and killing?
What's wrong, Kaine?
Nothing. It's just... I'm sensing a presence from seafront. Something like a shade.
A shade in the town? That's not good.
I think there's one more of those scenes.
A shipwreck, is it? I suppose we might as well investigate, seeing as how we lack any other tenable leads.
Right. Let's head for the inlet.
Probably going into the inlet. We'll drop another scene.
Yeah.
Where did that enormous ship?
Kaine. Emil.
That's not new.
No, that's not new. They just
What's
still couldn't
going on?
figure out
Sorry,
pathing in
Kaine.
towns.
Maybe.
What an... What?
Nothing.
Skip button is right there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can always skip scenes.
We're gonna need to figure out some way to get inside that
This
thing.
was just a very
This ship is
inopportune
in a
section of the
state
game
of
to try to have a
wanton
conversation
decay.
during, because then once we get to the
Surely we
boss
can
fight,
find
there's
a
also
hole
going
or
to
some
be
such
dialogue
with our
from the
minds
Shade.
to these
You can pro-
Worry.
Are we in the clear now? Because we won't be in the boss fight for a little bit. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, so after this, we should be good till the boss fight.
So, were you able to, now that I've taught you how?
that blood there before?
Not yet, huh? Well, there's certainly no reason to rush. You know, it makes me happy that you've taken such a shine to me. First time we met, I didn't have the foggiest idea what was going on in that head of yours. So, hey, I've been thinking. How about you come live with me? It might be kind of nice to have a daughter around. Not into it, huh? Guess I should have figured. I'm sad to hear it, but it's your choice, of course. Huh? The floor's wet. Wait, is this blood? Oh dear. Are you...
Okay, we'll at least be good until the boss fight.
Oh, baby,
All
that is
right.
one hell of a smell.
I don't even remember where I was.
Come on, don't tell me you ain't picked up on it yet.
So it was
Going through examples of the strata.
This ship is in poor
yeah, I
condition
think it was
indeed.
500,000 to 2 million. It's just not going to exist anymore.
No,
Sure
that's just where you're gonna see.
Hey, I've got an idea. How about you?
Sure.
Sounds
A lot
Emil
of
is
like
on the case.
smaller indie studios closing, indie publishers closing, 2 million to 25 million.
Okay, yeah, okay.
This place is
Okay,
very
yeah,
gloomy. I'm having a hard time imagining any townsfolk hanging around
I
here.
was saying this wherever,
Well, as we
whichever
know
one you
the
put this
leads,
game into
let the
is where we
search
were.
begin.
So.
Yep, this is eyeballing.
require-
I don't know.
Look
15
there.
million or 15 million for the original, maybe 10 million for the remaster.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. And then I hope the remaster was less, but no, Square Enix it wasn't. And then
I did perhaps.
so I should say to get all the voice actors back.
Yeah, and redid the entire game, not just the new stuff.
Yeah.
For voice
exactly.
acting.
But yeah, 25 million
Weird.
is the funniest one because that itself
What is with this
is
ship
like
anyway?
that's triple
There may
A.
be
Like you are in
clues somewhere that tell
triple
how it ran
A
aground.
territory when you're at this point. You are like at. I don't even need to list triple A games. You get it.
perhaps.
But the
Yeah.
thing is, Final Fantasy 16.
What's that?
Right. That is a
wager
game
Perhaps
that looks. I don't think that game looks good. I think that game looks fucking expensive, which is
Sounds
also
like it
just
came
a
from the floor above us.
generalized nitpick I have with how people talk about games. Is that a lot of people say this game looks good when they mean this game looks expensive.
A lot of people are very basic and think it means the same thing,
This
unfortunately.
barrel's been knocked over.
The fidelity is high.
Surely it was toppled by the girl.
I
we saw
had a
wait.
conversation today with someone who thought that
The
Power
missing
World has a
child left
consistent art
white
style.
tracks.
Oh, God.
So,
Oh god.
there are people out there with some fucking opinions.
Man, this
Yes.
book's got. It would seem to be this ship's logbook. Records
No,
of the
but, like,
routes it traveled, the
Final
weather,
Fantasy
until
16
the
did not
What
cost
the hell?
$25 million. Under no circumstances did it even come close.
Mm-hmm.
Forspoken probably cost, I don't know, maybe 40 to 50 million. Final Fantasy 16 probably
That's
cost
weird.
like 80 to
I
90 million
demand-
at
I didn't even
least.
s- In any case,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more, and that's only because workers in Japan are very
there's a
underpaid in
notebook
this
on a record of the
industry.
cargo. By my pages. Wait, you're telling me
Did you
these
know
been
that
made
I
out
could be
quite
doing my
handsome? How could they
equivalent
do so? I do not know.
job in Japan for any of these like
There's a
major
breeze. That
Japanese
white vase
companies
is
and earn a fourth of what I earned at my last indie publisher job?
Nice.
Oh,
okay.
goodness.
Yeah, no, Nintendo NCL, their Japanese office, would pay
How
me like,
delightful.
I don't know, maybe if I'm lucky, like up to 55k, 60k.
Mm-hmm.
My last job paid me
These chests are
130.
pretty huge. And what do they contain? I wish.
That's
Those are
that's
none
where
yet. I
Japan's
shudder
at.
to
And that's a relatively high position, right?
Senior producer.
And in blood.
Also
no
sometimes
doubt.
called development
We may be
director,
able-
head of production, lead producer. These are all synonyms.
Yeah, those numbers that you were naming, I'm in that range. So, and that's not good.
No, Japan doesn't pay workers well at all. There's a whole clusterfuck, and that's
so when
that's the
so when you translate the budget for that game into the Western industry, the budget inflates even more.
Oh yeah, if that game was made not just using
Let's look
East
around.
Asian and Japanese labor, but if it was predominantly developed in California,
shelves are
Jesus
one way to find.
Christ. Like, hey, guess who?
A game that's impossible to make back its budget.
Yes,
It
that game
appears to be
struggled to make
cost-
back its budget regardless, but like, yeah. If you take a look at like a lot of what first-party Sony puts out and ignore the part where big portions of the
Don't seem to be any shades around, at least.
like
Fortunate for us.
where there is the
Now let
there
no
is the
more time
recoup
be
value
wasted in our search
of
for the
like
townsfolk.
how much money will we earn on X investment, right? But then there is also like, fundamentally the purpose of a first-party game.
The white
Wait.
And this is like top level shit is obvious to some, is not obvious to others. The reason that first parties make video games is to bring people into that ecosystem so that those players are more likely to purchase the hardware, purchase software, purchase subscription
Whatever that
services,
sound was,
purchase
it
third-party
stopped.
games.
This is a voice pipe.
A big
Which means the
reason
girl is in
why
whatever
it is
room this pipe
attractive
connects to.
Hold a
for
moment.
third
I
parties
spy
to
a
publish
chip-
on PlayStation
Yes.
is because
This pipe can-
Sony
Onward and,
not only gets a lot of PS5s out into the world and into homes, but they also keep those players active and spending.
This little lantern has brought us quite far, hasn't it?
This was a
Yeah.
weird thing
And the light it
where
gives off makes me feel, I don't know,
this is part of what made the
safe
Wii era so actually
Well,
very
aren't we
weird
romantic?
is that Nintendo managed to be the exception to the rule in the
like
Wii
somebody's-
era
it
where
says the ship was
they
sounds like
published
do you think
the
that-
only
I cannot-
2 games that half the audience ever needed. Or 3, I guess, which is Wii Sports, Mario Kart, and Wii Fit.
Yeah.
And whoops,
Heavens, look at the sun.
whoops.
There's an extra
But
rice.
Traditionally,
Looks like
if you're playing the PlayStation for The Last of Us and God of War and Horizon and Spider-Man, and
Then you're getting everything else too.
And then when the next thing comes out and you're like just about to wrap up, when Alan Wake 2 comes out and you're just about to wrap up
So many
Spider-Man,
apples
it's very
does
easy
that
to
with-
think, oh, I'll just grab it on the thing I'm playing right now, right? That is very, very useful. That's very important. That is just a part of the business that helps justify
Speak to me,
that.
lad.
And therefore,
I can't see a thing down here.
historically speaking,
I suspect we...
it
The
has
lantern got
not
away from me during the fall.
and I want to say up until the mid PS4 generation, the generalized thought process was
Is
the
that...
first parties do not need to make back all of the money that they spend on all of their games. They will have big hits, they'll have small hits, but like the purpose of keeping a Japan
still not
studio
found the
around
lantern?
was to help
We've no
support that
alternative
audience
but to scour the
with shit like
ground for
Gravity
it.
Rush, with shit like Patapon and Loco Roco and Puppeteer and Rain and Tokyo Jungle and all the other great stuff that Japan Studio did. Well, that's not where anyone's at right now.
Why? That's
And
it.
so
About
Japan
time.
Studio goes away because Japan Studio games don't sell better every single time you release one.
people from...
This can't be
Now,
real.
every dollar that these companies,
Why
let's
did
just use Sony as a continued example
did
here.
everyone have to-
Every dollar that Sony spends on its game
Remember the
is
presents,
scrutinized
Kaine.
to the point of, if I spend
That's
$100
enough.
extra on God of War, does that $100 have a higher recoup rate? Will it get me $150? Or if I spin up on, I don't know, what's a...
I forgot this
fucking-
scene is new, but it's not you could probably guess this is what this scene was about even in Route A.
Yeah.
So
but like, or Sony could put $100 dollars into The Last of Us Online, rest in peace. And maybe that game, by virtue of being just X about more polished, has X new feature, has Y new feature, has Z new animation rig or something.
Hey.
Gets more players through the door, and then they continually
Good.
spend, and then over
Don't make
time,
kind.
you've actually earned more by investing in the live service thing. So Sony wants, and this is where most of these first parties are going, or not first parties, big publishers are going.
There's a bunch of
They all seem to have the same...
Sony wants to... Twitch stream just died for me.
They seem to be letters, but the penmanship is so poor
Alright,
I
we're
cannot...
still here. I don't know what that was.
Okay, it still says I'm streaming. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're fine. They want...
Man, that smell is getting ripe. How you
They
feeling
want to
there,
throw
Sunshine?
in on one
great.
$300,000 investment in the hopes that they make a $900 million back, rather than throw in on $30 million investments.
This would be the
and
culprit
hope
who
that they
murdered the
make $900
townspeople may
million
be
back.
behind it.
And so that's why you see so much of first party again, I keep saying first party. I apologize. So much of AAA and quadruple A and whatever fucking label people want to put on it. That's why you see so much of it consolidating into fewer and fewer games.
It's that girl
and
we
it
saw
is
when we first...
devastating if
This
one
is a
doesn't
lone
hit.
child sitting inside a
Like,
hulking ship littered
if
with
Xbox Game
corpses.
Studios was anyone else, Redfall would be the death of Arcane. It would tank a huge chunk of Bethesda if they had never sold. That would have been catastrophic for the industry.
Feel her power hanging in
Like
the air.
Redfall underperforming the way it did. Starfield underperforming
presence
the way it did.
Yeah, Xbox is kind of like in a very strange state where they're where this problem is the most visible, and they're also where like the most insulated from it, and I think it just tanks these losses.
Yeah, they can tank enough of it just by virtue of the patience and good grace of the
clearly crossed a line
of Microsoft's leadership. But that's it. Like, again,
Stay the hell away
specifically
from her.
Redfall,
She
Forza, like they had a year from hell last year that would have seen massive issues, but they didn't. And they're coming out this year and they're saying, hey, we have Avowed, which is what you wanted from Starfield, but made by the studio that makes that makes good RPGs.
We'll figure something out.
The two of them
Obsidian,
will be fine.
they very rarely miss.
And am I right in believing that Sony is not having that issue to the same scale, but they are still definitely staring this problem in the face?
Oh,
like
Sony's having a completely different issue. Sony's issue is that their previous leadership, led by Jim Ryan,
Looks like we can get out through that hole
looked at this problem, freaked out, and decided we want to try a bunch of live service games. We're going to acquire a bunch of studios because money's cheap, which was a fucking COVID-related disaster, where everyone just said, we'll take out loans now, and the interest is such that, like,
we better go.
No
it
shit.
is best to spend, I don't know, $10 billion on this acquisition now, rather than we think the return on investment will be better than just literally putting in a bank and collecting interest on it. So we are going to take out these loans and we're going to acquire all these studios and lift headcount. And then suddenly we're losing headcount. I wonder why. Jack-offs. Anyway, Sony's viewpoint was looking at this strategy and saying, the big single-player game can't be our only sustainable source of revenue. Doubling to tripling the price of PS Plus with nothing to show for it, also weirdly not.
However, its regenerative ability
that
outpace whatever damage the
like
light
several people in my friend group, like that was the moment that they decided, all right, I'm done with PlayStation.
Get out of the way at once.
Like,
yeah, but where they lost a bunch of subscribers, are making more money, but it's more that they're just milking their customers that are extremely not price sensitive. Which, you know, of course they're gonna have. The PlayStation Portal says hello, right? Like you have like all of these companies. Like if
if I could real quick make a Nier comment. This is actually the only shade in the game that like the sounds that is making as the quote unquote voice acting is like actual voice acting where you can hear the words that she's saying.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah, but like, for example, Nintendo could release a $3,000 piece of hardware for like it's very like a 0.01% amount of its audience that is not price sensitive at all and literally just wants what is the greatest, what's the best hardware on the market. But like, that's just not there's a large number of reasons why that's impractical.
Focus on the next one.
But like, there are always going to be fans willing to pay that. Look at fucking Apple Vision Pro pre-orders being sold out, right? Like, there's always so practical. Regardless, Sony looked ahead at this problem, and their solution was, we are going to put a dozen different games as a service games into production with the hopes that 3 of them stick. And it sucks for the 9 that don't. And so this is Concord, their games, this is Helldivers 2, this is Last of Us Online Rescue Team, this is Bungie's Marathon, this is and they announced a bunch of these over and over and over and over and over again. A couple problems with this. One, yes, a game as a service can yield more money over time per investment. The development calculus is totally unrelated to a solo single-player game. You can't just ship a live service game. You launch a live service game, and then you support the live service game forever.
Yeah. And there's frankly not enough air in the room for all of those to breathe.
Of course there's not. They knew that. That's why they were like literally telling investors, we don't expect 12 of these to succeed, but we are putting 12 in development. The bigger thing is,
I think even expecting 3 to succeed is wildly optimistic.
Of course. Like, the Last of Us Online got canceled because they were like not about realizing, oh, if we launch this, half our studio for the rest of the time is going to be a live service studio, and that's not who we want to be. That's not who we want to. That's not the investment we want to make. And now they're going back and canceling a bunch of these live service projects, which is even more detrimental because that means that they've spent tens to hundreds of millions of dollars on these projects that literally will never see light again. Because they made they are having a very different experience where Microsoft is hemorrhaging revenue off of
Did we get it?
Underwhelming game launches.
Oh, Twitch just crashed for me. But I refreshed and it's working now.
Okay, stream's still going.
And PlayStation is trying to write off money based on canceled projects.
That thing's huge.
And then you've got Nintendo over there doing God knows what. I guess greenlighting another code for some reason.
I feel like if any sector of this industry is going to survive relatively unscathed, it is specifically Nintendo, because they just kind of sit off in their corner and be weird.
Hey,
but I don't think that's a guarantee.
Hey, do you remember the Wii U?
Hey,
yeah.
The guy from before's collapsed on the beach.
Yeah.
That shade's got some kind of hard on.
Remember the Wii era? You probably don't. Remember the Wii era during the recession, the 2008 recession, and the global financial collapse that surrounded it, where people were talking about how Nintendo will always basically be on a different path in the industry, and they'll be fine because they do whatever they do, and Nintendo's got their hardcore fans. And they'll pull a Nintendo out of it. It's fine. And then the only reason that they didn't fucking like the Wii U era wasn't even worse for them was because of the 3DS, a safety net that they no longer have.
I guess we'll all just sit
Of having a second system that can help catch things.
Damn it.
I'm not saying the next system is a flop. I'm saying you can't count on them to always be safe.
Yeah, so to sort of rephrase what you said, you're not saying that their next system's in trouble. You're saying it better not be in trouble.
If it is in trouble, they have discarded their safety net. They are not wearing a parachute right now. So good luck. There's some real Nintendo ways that they could Nintendo this up if they really
if they really want to, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, there's frankly I don't.
Hey, over here!
Probably the reason why they're diversifying their use of IP with the theme parks and the movies and.
Yes, they're trying to find other safety notes where they can, but like those are not software safety notes.
Yep.
Those are not the same level of recurrent revenue.
I do worry that like for as much of a big success as the Switch obviously was, does it end up being a long-term mistake for sacrificing that safety?
Unclear. I don't think we'll be able to answer that question for a while. I will also say that it is. I don't know which would be a worse. I don't know which I like more, the Ancients or the Turns. No. I don't know which would be a worse outcome in terms of like how fucked things get. Is the next system, the eShop moves over 100% unchanged with no additional curation or anything?
Oh, that would be awful.
Or there's no backward compatibility. I don't know which would be worse. Both of them would be like, again, both of them feel like they are, you can't do this, you can, but Nintendo to Nintendo, they can always surprise you.
Yeah, never count out Nintendo's ability to drop the fucking ball.
Who knows, maybe they'll triple down on this mobile app idea.
I think we're in trouble.
And I don't mean putting games out on mobile, I mean
the Nintendo Switch mobile.
Switch Online mobile app, absolutely. I'm going to offload parental controls to a mobile app.
So Sony, looking down the road, Sony looks like they are probably not going to have a good time soon. Xbox Xbox seems like they are entirely just like, how much patience does Daddy Microsoft have? And
yes, and also like how quickly can
what are you doing?
Activision Blizzard
You're gonna get yourself killed.
Like actually merged into day-to-day, and also how quickly can Activision Blizzard like revenue start coming in, and then finally on the Activision Blizzard, how long until new projects start getting greenlit by the old teams, and what does that mean for the Call of Duty release cadence? I.e., are they gonna start pulling teams off of Call of Duty?
So you've been lying
and then
to me this
Nintendo
whole
is
time?
just fucking weird. Who knows what the fuck they're gonna do?
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense.
So the industry's doing super cool and good.
Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely a mess.
So
yeah.
So I assume that my next question, I assume, is largely we have no way of knowing, and it's all just speculation. But like, do we like see the industry like snap back a couple generations? Like, obviously not in terms of like technology, but in terms of like business scale.
No, because no, absolutely not, because it just keeps getting smaller and smaller generation to generation. Like, absolutely not. It cannot go back. Going back is more untenable than going forward. Like, we're gonna be in some real uncharted territory. And that's That's scary.
Unideal.
Yeah. Hey, you want to hear a list of Sony's first-party games that are announced?
It's dire, I assume.
Oh, it's dire. So, just came out in the last week is The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. Here are the announced 2024 games. There are 4 of them. 1. Concord. Tell me one thing about Concord.
I don't remember any. I don't know if I've heard of that game.
Is that the one with the young hip people doing heists?
No, that's Fair Games with a $sign.
Oh.
No, this is the other PvP first-person shooter game as a service by Firewalk Studio, who Sony just acquired midway through the development. They showed a 30-second tone piece teaser back in May of last year, and that's
all done so much for me. Offering, I don't have the
That's
words
literally
to
it.
express.
We don't know anything else.
Sony's fucked.
We all knew.
They've got Helldivers 2, which is also coming PC day and date.
Which has alienated everyone I know that played Helldivers 1 by totally changing the perspective.
I hope I can.
Yeah, the everything.
All right.
Rise of the Ronin.
We'd better get going. There's someone else we need to break this.
Yeah, that's one.
Fair enough.
That's one. That's a game I'm
I hope to
legitimately
see you
interested
out
in.
there on the old letter trick.
Stellar Blade.
Don't think I know that one.
Wait,
It's a
is he all right? Come on.
character action game.
Your husband. We tracked him down.
No,
It
big
looks
idiot. Oh, thinking
aggressively
about-
anime.
Oh, God.
So you've probably
Okay.
just like your eyes
I've-
glazed
yeah,
over when
it-
you've seen it.
I've probably seen it and then just did not retain it.
Yes. That's it for 2024. That's for 2024 slate as they've announced
not
it.
let
There's
it
probably
burden
one or
you
two
so
other
much.
games, but like, I don't know. And then there's a list of games that they've announced that
Alex,
don't have a
there
date.
is one more new scene when you leave the town.
Okay.
Here's the list of games that are announced that don't have a date. Convaleria.
That is.
Death Stranding 2.
Okay.
I know that one.
Fair Games with a $sign. Lost Soul Aside. By the way, Fair Games, extraction shooter.
Of course it is.
It's a game as a service extraction shooter with season pass, microtransactions, the works. Of course it is. Lost Soul
it is.
Aside. Marathon, which is
This has alienated all the marathon fans.
Yep, that's coming.
Here is the new scene, by the way.
That's also Xbox and PC.
By the way, that boss fight was
The
devastating.
hell's this, Sunshine?
A letter. That thing wrote it for the postman.
Man, that is some grade A chicken scratch.
She probably copied the letters as best she could.
So, what's it say?
I think our friend's gonna wake up soon. Let's go.
Oh man. Okay.
There's only
Kanye.
2 more announced
Yeah.
games that
When
Sony
you were
is
threatening
publishing.
that shade on the
period.
beach the other day, how did you know it was
You
trying to
wanna take a
protect the
guess?
postman?
I'm
Just
not
a
gonna be able to
feeling, I
guess.
Yes, you
All
will.
right.
I don't know.
One is by Insomniac.
A game that Insomniac is actually officially announced.
Yes.
I can't pull it out. I don't know. Oh,
They-
Wolverine. Fuck.
Yes. Yes. Marvel's
Fuck.
Wolverine. And then the other is a game that has been reported as canceled, but Sony has not officially said it's canceled.
Oh, good.
And that is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh my fucking god. Okay,
That
whatever.
is the-
Sure.
That is the entire list of Sony first-party games that are announced.
All right, so Sony's fucked.
Or they just have not spilled the beans on anything.
That would be impressive.
Maybe they've got some really good stuff coming out this year. Maybe like Ghost of Tsushima 2 could be up for this year. I don't know off the top of my head what other studios would have a big game ready. God of War Ragnarok Valhalla was extremely good, and Borderline feels like they made a really bad business decision by not selling that.
Steam says Alex is playing Jusant.
I'm switching to a game that doesn't talk at me.
It's 9 o'clock, so I got to get moving soon anyway. I mean, you two can keep going by all means, but I can't stick around much longer. But I guess just real quick to wrap up.
We want to wrap it up.
We at least got to wrap up the Nier talk for the night.
Okay.
So you still like the Little Mermaid bit?
I did. No, I loved it. I thought it was incredible.
I think that in Route B, it suffers because of the things that make it so good in Route A.
Meaning?
The entire sequence in the ship is a goddamn slog.
Yes.
And the boss fight just kind of being a big scripted you're gonna lose thing is a little frustrating when you just got to go through the motions.
I think I was so enraptured by the context that they give you, and hearing the little girl, like it drew me in, and I did speed through the interior, so
true.
I was not bothered by it.
So I think this is where your perspective of this is your first time ever playing Nier versus my perspective of I was already familiar with the original when I first played this. It was when I played Route A and saw all this stuff for the first time, I knew that in Route B we were going to get dialogue from the Shades.
Right.
And I knew already that the Shades are humans.
Right.
So I guess I was able to infer everything that we see in Route B.
Yeah, you did not get the
first time
reveal.
around, yeah. So I guess that biased me a bit. But I mean, I'm certainly glad that you still like the whole thing. So
I did, and I will agree. Like redoing it is still a slog, but I feel that way about everything, to be honest. But
that's fair, yeah.
I'm just trying to enjoy the parts that are new, and the parts that are new are really good.
That's not a great game design strategy. Who's to say?
I still wouldn't change it.
Yeah, you're wrong.
The reason that I don't like it in the Little Mermaid section is because there's no way to speed it up compared to Route A. But I still prefer the game as it is, I would say. But yeah, so next week I think if we sit down and we only got Facade left. Facade's quick, so we could definitely finish Route B next week.
Yep. And if we want to continue this conversation, we've always got Thursday, assuming Paper Mario returns.
Yeah. That's up to God right now. Like literally, I don't know that the outlet I plugged the Wii U into will have power. I can't say that for sure. So that is the only question for Thursday.
Stay tuned.
It's so funny that you said that it would take an act of God to make Thursday not happen.
And then, an act of God might be happening.
Literally, there might be an act of God. Yeah. So we're gonna find out.
I'm just saying, the world is telling you that you don't need to play Thousand Year Door.
Find something else.
But I do need to rate Wii U games.
Yes, you do, and you know what? That you don't need to have Paper Mario be the thing you do while that happens. You can have a lot of other things be in there.
True.
All right, Alex, are you gonna wrap up the stream, or are you gonna? Do you want to stick around with me for a bit?
I think I'll wrap it up, and then I'll put if you can't stream on Thursday, then I can host, and we can continue the conversation. I think that's probably a good compromise because I do need to probably make dinner at some point.
Okay, great. That sounds good to me.
All right.
So
stay tuned for Thursday and stay. And then Nier comes back on Monday.
Then Alex, real quick, how do you feel about the game industry being fucked?
It breaks my poor little gamer heart. I it does suck because I feel like this past generation, like I would say 2016 on, has produced some of my favorite games. And so to hear that the conditions are so rough, yeah, it's really demoralizing. And it feels like I need to support more games, but also I can't keep up with the stuff that I've already
Oh
have
yeah,
committed to
again,
playing.
it's unfortunately like when I was saying like, hey, here's some small things you can do if you have the means.
Yeah.
Like that's not a route to systemic change.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
not
no.
incumbent. It's not incumbent on the players, the
Mhm.
average player, to be able to in any way address the large-scale systemic failures of capitalism as it pertains to the generation of entertainment and art.
Sure.
Yeah, and the fact it does not help that the economy is in as bad a shape as it is right now because, like, we always say that the price of video games has not gone up with inflation, but if it did go up with inflation, I would be priced out.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
did you know that Mega Man 1 cost modern day $120?
yeah, I would
A
I
game
would
that you
not be
can
able to buy
finish in
that.
45 minutes?
Yeah,
That is a 45-minute game.
the economy is in a bad state. So that's just compounding all of this and making it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yay!
And yet people are still making really cool things, so I think there's some bright light.
I am very grateful that I have a safety net where I am continuing to work part-time with Draknik and Friends, which means
Mhm.
I still cannot subscribe to this channel. However,
I'm glad you have that, by the way. I wasn't aware.
That's okay. Just change careers completely to a different industry so you can finally consistently put things in the quote box. That's the real goal here.
Yeah, no, I'm quite good actually. But
What do you mean that's not like your number one priority? I'm confused.
dude, I have applied for a job in Finland. Okay, my priorities are flexible. Right now. Living in the
Fair.
U.S. isn't a priority right now.
I mean, some would argue maybe it's not desirable right now.
Who's to say?
Are remote
I'm
studios
say-
still a thing?
Except for what'd you say?
Are remote studios still a thing? Is that
Yes, some of them.
okay?
Some of them.
Are they like disappearing at the same rate as everything else, or are they particularly disappearing?
They're disappearing at the studios aren't disappearing. The work policy, like the return to office policy, etc., is like the same as any other office job.
Okay.
Of like whether that is still allowed to exist or not. I will say that I was looking at job listings last night, and I found one at Sega of America that I found hilarious because of how low the salary was. But when I clicked it, it had the audacity to say on it, "The pandemic is over, and we need to send you places."
Hmm.
As in, like, travel will be involved heavily, and I'm like,
Mhm.
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
COVID has
There's-
only once been higher than right now.
There's like probably a less insulting way to phrase that.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna I'm certainly not gonna say it's like a good and appealing thing to have a travel job right now. But if they just like didn't mention COVID at all, then at least it wouldn't actively be insulting.
Yeah, no.
Also, the
it's,
phrasing of "pandemic is over, get back to work and fly." Like,
Yeah.
some
Yeah,
bullshit.
no, it's all Anyways, they wanted me to move to Burbank, California for
Oh,
full
God.
time in office for like 65K.
Oh God,
That's not
no.
And that's a high end for Atlas Sega. By the way, think of anyone that works at those companies. That's a high end.
No.
That's a high end of that. Yeah, they do
In
not pay their Western
Burbank?
employers shit. Yes.
That is what one Dan Olsen video describes as barely covering your half of the bunk bed.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
yeah. No,
fucked up.
It's really fucked up. Again, there's a real roller coaster of emotions as I am applying to jobs, and also I'm gambling that any of these jobs are actually real or are not just listings to imply growth.
Right.
I mean, I joke about like, switching careers so that you could sub to the channel, but like at a certain point, like,
I have two fallbacks.
I deeply, deeply hate to phrase it this way, but like, at what point do you just give up? That's probably like not. That's probably not the kind of thing that you actually want to discuss on live on air. Now that I think about it,
Not while I'm live on air. Nope.
Yeah. No.
Thank you.
Oh boy. Well, I hope you guys enjoy video games while they are around.
Alex, how do we relate this back to 9/11?
Let's not. Thank you, everyone. Nope.
Y'all have a good night. I'm just gonna go to the ending scene right now. All right, we're clear.